Edney will kick off. That means the Dallas Cowboys have won the toss. They'll get the ball first. Tyson Thompson, very impressive speedster out of Irving, Texas. Back there along with Terrence Copper. And this one is underway under perfect conditions. And Thompson on the return for Dallas. And tackled as he gets beyond the 30-yard line by Maurice Hicks. A 27-yard return. Drew Bledsoe, one of only 5 starting quarterbacks without an interception in the first 2 weeks, and the #1 rated passer in the NFC, bringing out the Dallas offense. And the Cowboys, with a 13-0 lead late in the game Monday night, saw it disappear quickly. 3 wide receivers lined up. And Julius Jones, the running back for the Cowboys. And we'll give you the rest of their offensive unit in a moment. Bledsoe with time, completes to his tight end, Jason Witten, and that'll be good enough for a first down. Gain of 13 yards. Looking at the Dallas Cowboys offensive unit, and the Cowboys doing a great job protecting for Bledsoe with the rookie Rob Petiti at right tackle in the first game, and they want to get Julius Jones to really move the ball on the ground.
Well, they've been good running the football on the ground, very efficient, but I think the first thing you mentioned, the protection. Last week against Washington, no sacks given up, and that will be another challenge for them this afternoon against a similar style of defense that the 49ers play.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line of the Cowboys, now out of the I formation, and again Jones going off the left side and just crosses midfield where Shawntae Spencer, the 49ers right corner, makes the tackle, a pickup of 3 yards. Taking a look at the Niners defense, and they, along with the Cowboys, the only teams in the NFC using the 3-4. But this is a team that has given up nearly 68 points so far in the first 2 games of the year.
Yeah, but they have not had very much help from their offense. The offense has been very inconsistent. These guys have been on the field a long time each game the first 2 weeks.
2nd down and 7, right at midfield. And Tony talked about identifying the Mike linebacker or middle linebacker. That's what Bledsoe was doing as Jones is tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Brian Young, and a loss of 1 yard on the play. Brian Young, of course, who remembers those great days when the 49ers and the Cowboys had storied rivalries, most of them in the playoffs. And usually the winner of those championship games went on to win the Super Bowl.
Great time back there about 7-8 years ago. It was a lot of fun to be involved in these games. A couple of them right out here in San Francisco. But this is an area where this defense, this is where you have to find out how good your protection is going to be. You're going to see some very different fronts and some very different styles of defense on 3rd down.
3rd down and 8 for Bledsoe. And Bledsoe again getting time, and the pass is caught to Terry Glenn. And Glenn is stopped short, as you see, of the first down by Shawntae Spencer. So a decision time coming up early in the game for Bill Parcells. Glenn coming off a tremendous game last week with 6 catches, 157 yards. And he caught the touchdown pass on the flea flicker from Bledsoe. It'll be 4th and 1.
Expected the Dallas Cowboys to be more aggressive, but this tempo is being set by their head coach, Bill Parcells. He's a big believer in field positioning and establishing a flow during the game. This is a little bit out of character for Coach Parcells.
On the 44-yard line of the 49ers, 4th and 1. First gamble of the game, and Julius Jones gets the first down with a few yards to spare. He picked up 4 overall. Jones, by the way, coming in 3rd in the NFC in rushing. Had 81 yards last week, and Bill Parcells telling us yesterday if it weren't for some of the holding penalties, he would be a lot higher.
And that's why they're not really worried about their running game. And you have to look at the defenses that they went up against. San Diego's a good run defense. Washington a good run defense. So they have been efficient. They have not abandoned the run. There has been a commitment. So I think they're fine there. I want to see them stretch the field more in the passing game.
Jason Witten lining up in the backfield on 1st and 10, and it's play action. And Bledsoe, with a lot of time, overthrows Julius Jones. So when you run the ball effectively, you can go to play action. That's what the Cowboys did there, to no avail.
Well, what you're going to get when you play San Francisco is a variety of things. Watch the 4 down linemen here. They're going to come up. This is your rush. Now, everybody else is going to drop back into coverage. You've got 7 people back covering the pass. But what does Drew Bledsoe do? He looks down the field. Look at the protection. He has got plenty of time to go through his progressions. Don't force the ball. Try and dump it off to your check down. That is why this offense is performing well, because of the decision-making of Drew Bledsoe with no interceptions this year.
Witten is in there along with the blocking tight end Dan Campbell on second down and 10. And here is Julius Jones finding an opening, and Jones getting close to the 30-yard line, picking up 9 yards, missing by 1. Brian Young again with the stop. And thus far, it looks like the Cowboys conservative. A lot of talk during the latter stages of last week's game, Darryl, as to perhaps maybe Dallas went to the air a little bit too much and not as conservative as Bill Parcells would like them.
I don't think so. A lot of that comes down to that last drive where they had a run and put themselves in second and medium. But I think Sean Payton did a real nice job his first game calling plays last week, especially going against Greg Williams. I don't think this is conservative. I think they're balanced. I just like to see him be a little bit more aggressive down the field.
8th play of the drive, and there's that man again, and Brian Young gets Drew Bledsoe behind the line back to the 40, a 9-yard loss. So Brian Young, who had 3 sacks in the first game, picks up 1 here.
Well, you know, you get a little bit cute on a 3rd and short. You're running a bootleg. When you go up against a veteran player on the outside like Bryant Young, you know he's going to play his responsibility. He's not going to chase Julius Jones down inside. His responsibility on that play is the bootleg. He stays at home, makes a play on Drew Bledsoe. Trying to be a little aggressive there on 3rd and 1, backfired on him.
10th sack of the season for the 49ers, and Matt McBriar with the kick, trying to keep it in the field of play, and he might just do it. And it's off the Cowboy into the end zone for the touchback. Dallas had 3 players there, including Brady James, and instead of a 1-yard down, they're in the end zone. 49ers offense takes over after these messages.
Want to get away? Now you can. Fly Southwest Airlines with our $39 to $149 internet specials to 59 destinations coast to coast.
Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 40.
Well, as a long snapper, you don't get an opportunity to down many punts inside the 5. Joe Kondo, watch, he's going to try and flip it back. That knocks the ball up, goes right off of Brady James' shins, rolls into the end zone. Now, that's not a big deal, right? But that just took 1st and 10 from the 2, took it out to the 20. You got to make those special teams plays.
So Brian Young has already exceeded last year's sack total. That was his 4th of the year. First down on the 20 for the 49ers. Tim Rattay, the quarterback, springs it out to his running back, Kevin Barlow, and Barlow picking up 1 yard on the play. And so Tim Rattay, and what a difference a week made after a brilliant passer rating against the Rams and plummeted in week 2. And he is on a short leash. Alex Smith waiting in the wings, no question about that. And Rattay trying to come back in this game. We'll be looking at 2nd and 9.
Well, week 1 was out here in San Francisco. Week 2 was in Philadelphia. Tim Rattay has played well at home. And as you pointed out, Dick, you know, they've got to be careful of this team. It's a different group right now. When you're young and rebuilding, your first step is learning how to win at home. Then you progress to winning on the road. They're a different team here in this stadium.
Frank Gore, who has come in the game and was expected to see considerable action in any event. Kevin Barlow limped off the field, and Gore, the rookie from Miami, picking up 3 yards on the play. And Jeremy Newberry anchoring an offensive line that has been banged up. Newberry, his sore right knee, did not practice all week. And there you see Barlow, the starting running back. Steve Bush starting at tight end. And the loss of Eric Johnson out for the season with a torn arch, really affecting this team. He was their leading receiver last year by far.
And this is an area that San Francisco has really struggled in early this season. 3rd down conversions. They've got to create more opportunities for this offense.
Only 4 of 19 from 3rd downs, Darryl, so you're absolutely right. But Rattay completes the pass to Johnny Morton, who lunges for the first down, crosses the 30, and picks up 7.
Good effort at the end of the play by Johnny Morton to assure he's got the necessary yards for the first down. And I can't tell you how big that is for this group, because the one thing they talked about last week in Philadelphia was they couldn't get into any type of rhythm. They had a lot of 3-and-outs. They had turnovers. They were never able to establish a rhythm. You come out, you make your first conversion. It's such a positive lift for a group that's really trying to find their way.
There's the Cowboys 3-4. DeMarcus Ware, the 11th pick in the draft, already making his presence felt, and an improved secondary. So on 1st and 10, And the pass thrown behind. Arnaz battled downfield, and our first penalty flag of the game. Bernie Kukar, the referee in this one. And it'll be a personal foul called against the Cowboys.
Personal foul, 97 defense, roughing the passer. 15 yards, first down.
I tell you, Leroy Glover had one of these Monday night late in the game. He has got to pull up. You can't do that. He did it Monday night. It doesn't matter. You hold up the quarterback's arm, try and set him down on the ground. Bill Parcells, I tell you, he's going to be furious about that because he expects aggressive play from his guys, and sometimes you're going to make that mistake, but you cannot make that mistake 2 games in a row.
So it is an automatic first down, and they mark off a huge chunk up to the 47-yard line, where the 49ers, in a scoreless game, their first possession. Barlow apparently all right, getting to midfield on the play, picking up 3 yards.
The running back by committee that San Francisco's doing, they're trying to find their way with not only Kevin Barlow and Frank Gore, but also their fullback, Fred Beasley, Chris Hetherington. So not only is your tailback coming in spot, you can't get any type of flow because they're not even coming in the same group. It's not Fred Beasley and Kevin Barlow and Chris Hetherington and Frank Gore. There's a mix and match, and it's so hard to get used to each other's running styles and blocking styles.
On 2nd down and 7, Rattay didn't see a receiver. Now he gets in trouble. And if he can avoid that lineman, he'll pick up something, and he does. He avoided Leroy Glover, and Kenyon Coleman finally got him. And it may be a first down. Let's see where they mark it. And now it appears that he is shy. He picked up between 6 and 7 yards, on a ad-lib play by the quarterback, Tim Rattay, not known for his mobility.
Tim Rattay did a nice job, guys, of going on a quick count. Caught the whole defensive line of Dallas not ready to play. And, that count is something that can really be dangerous if you use it right.
Well, one of the things that Dallas is going to do, they're going to try and go on a long count also because of the way San Francisco plays defense. And San Francisco will kind of work that in reverse. They're going to come up and try and go on quick snaps and not let Dallas adjust and get into some of their pressure fronts. So cadence is going to be a tool that's going to be used extensively throughout the day to try and give each offense the upper hand.
And you can see short by a matter of inches.
I want to see the end of this because Tim Rattay did a good job diving for the sticks. Let's see how this mark is. He dives, he extends. Yeah, it looks like it's about right.
7.4 on the dive.
Well, you know what? He got it extended, but then when he was about to hit the ground, he pulled it back to break his fall. So he lost a little bit of yardage.
Mike Nolan, you see, roaming the sidelines. Once a big Dallas Cowboy fan when his father, Dick, was defensive coordinator under Tom Landry, and his next job, head coach of the San Francisco 49ers. A lot of lineage going on there. 3rd down and inches. And the quarterback sneak, and it appears to be enough for Rattay. As the 49ers into Cowboy territory on their first series, it is a first down for San Francisco with 8 minutes gone by in the first quarter.
When you've got a team that really has some doubts about what they're trying to do as an offense, the 49ers have had little success the first 2 weeks, especially last week, and you come out, you give them good field position with a botched special teams play, you allow a 3rd down conversion, which is an area they've really struggled at, then you give them another one through penalty. All of a sudden, you've got them in your end of the field, and you've got a very confident group.
Well, one thing you don't want to do is give them hope and keep them in the game. Want to quiet the crowd. Still enthusiastic at 1-1 on the year. It'll be a first down on the 42 of the Cowboys. And finally, after much confusion and pointing and signaling, a delay of game call against the 49ers.
Still first down.
And those are the penalties. They may seem innocuous right here, but those are the penalties that really kill an offense, especially in this case.
Pre-snap penalties, they're inexcusable at this point of the season. I don't even think in week 1. That's what the preseason's for. And you played 4 games. Some teams have played 5. You've got to eliminate those. I know it's a new system. Mike McCarthy's your new offensive coordinator. There's mechanics going into getting the play in and out, but you've got to be efficient by week 3.
So it's 1st and 15 back on the Dallas 47-yard line. And here's Barlow breaking A tackle and a good gain for Barlow to the 35-yard line. Gat Wynn making the stop after Barlow picks up 12 of the 15 yards.
And this is an area that I think Dallas is a little bit vulnerable in their defense. I've always felt the flat area with the passing game and then off tackle in the running game. They are very strong down the middle when you've got guys like Jason Ferguson, Leroy Glover, Brady James, and Dat Winter, your linebackers, and then Roy Williams in the secondary. That's a pretty stout line right down the middle. But off to the edges, I think that's where San Francisco has to concentrate their run game today.
Next to last in rushing, next to last in total offense, 2nd down and 3, and here's Barlow following a blocker. He'll have the first down. Kevin Barlow getting to the 27-yard line, an 8-yard pickup, and a good block by the left guard, Justin Smiley, who has not been 100%. And the 49ers moving the ball as we approach 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
And there they are out on the perimeter again. They had success on the previous play with Kevin Barlow going left. This time he gets a lead block from Fred Beasley, but he's limping off the field right now, so we might get an extended look at Frank Gore. But they found something right now in their run game. You know, keep hitting that until Dallas starts to stop you.
And here's Gore, who's come in the game as Barlow left. And Frank Gore, who is the 2nd-round draft pick, actually was a starter ahead of Willis McGahee at the University of Miami before a knee injury in 2002. And Mike Nolan really impressed with Gore, who has the speed and the ability in the open field, picks up nearly 6 yards on the play.
Well, nothing like a little competition to increase the production of somebody who's already your incumbent starter like Kevin Barlow, and that's what Frank Gore was brought in here to do. And now they've got a nice 1-2 punch with those running backs.
2nd down and 4 for the 49ers on the Dallas 21. Again, 3 wide receivers, and on the delay here is Gore getting inside close to the 15-yard line. And right now, Mike McCarthy is indeed getting that running game going, and it is another first down, 6-yard pickup for Gore. And 10 plays already run off. Good ball control on the first series for the 49ers.
It's been excellent. Tony, go ahead.
No, the defensive line is doing a really good job. Leroy Glover taking the double team on. The backers and Roy Williams really just aren't coming up and filling the holes. I mean, from where I'm standing right here under the goalpost, you can see the hole open. The backers got to get up in there faster if they're going to go and stop this.
And Tony Barlow is back in running back, play action. And Rattay can't find a receiver. Now he finds one, and the pass into the end zone. Touchdown, Arnaz Battle. So the versatile Arnaz Battle, who can throw it, he can run it, he can catch it, caught it there for 15 yards, and the 49ers get on the board first.
Take a look at the protection. It breaks down near the end of the play. They've got good coverage down the field, but Tim Rattay extends it by moving to his right. Arnaz Battle does a great job staying alive, and we saw Tim Rattay make 2 nice plays when the play had broken down by using his feet, which is something Dallas did not expect.
That's when them big plays happen, Moose. You know, if you can get another second or 2 out of your offense and not let that defense get in there and put the pressure on, that's when the big plays are going to happen.
Well, Battle caught 5 passes, including a touchdown. He rushed twice and completed a pass for 24 yards in the opening game against the Rams. Joe Nedney looking to tack on the extra point. And there's a penalty marker down. You saw the movement on the left side. Chris Hetherington, the wingman on the left, and we'll see who the penalty is called on. And a 11-play, 80-yard scoring drive for the 49ers, using up nearly 7 minutes. His 2nd touchdown
Offside,
catch.
42 defense, unabated towards the quarterback. We will assess the 5-yard penalty on the kickoff.
So Anthony Henry, I should say, guilty of the foul. So 5 yards will be marked off on the kickoff. Bill Parcells is bringing the Cowboys out to the Bay Area and staying here because he has a date next Sunday against the Oakland Raiders across the Bay. Here's Nedney's attempt, and it's 7-0 in favor of the 49ers. Don't know if there's any lingering effect of the loss to the Redskins, but right now the Cowboys trail by a touchdown. And welcome back to San Francisco. Everywhere you look in this beautiful, picturesque city, it is Simply gorgeous today, and it's certainly looking good for the 49ers as they take a 7-0 lead as Tim Rattay hits Arnaz Battle with a 15-yard touchdown strike. Good ball control then. It kept their defense off the field, as Darryl mentioned, something that they haven't been able to do. Tyson Thompson getting set to return. Undrafted rookie from San Jose State. Someone lost the helmet. Looked like a 49er as Arnaz, diving forward, gets to the 31-yard line. Julius Jones will take the field when we return. In the NFL, ran one back for 49 yards last week. And a first down on the 32 for Drew Bledsoe and the Cowboys, trailing 7-0. Blitz coming, and here is Julius Jones, and Jones getting a first down. Good blocking off the left side of the line. Jeff Ulbrich and Derek Smith, the two middle linebackers, make the stop after 13.
Well, they're coming right into the area where this play is being run with their blitz, and the Dallas Cowboys do a great job of picking it up. If you can run a play into the teeth of a blitz and have that type of production, I mean, that is such a positive for this group. And you're, as a defense, you're like, boy, we had the exact call made for that play, and they still gashed us for a first down.
So now the Cowboys up to their 45. First down, again they go to Jones, and again Jones goes up the middle, loses the ball, and a fumble. 49ers signal it, and now goes Kukar, and the 49ers get it back. That is only the second turnover by the Cowboys this year. Something that Bill Parcells prided himself on, and it was Marcus Douglas, the former Raven, who recovers the fumble in Dallas territory for San Fran.
By Mike Rump, your safety right here. Watch him when he recognizes run. He gets up and fills immediately. He beats the cutoff by the wide receiver coming in from the outside, puts a big hit on Julius Jones to knock the ball loose. You see right here at the end of the run. Boom.
Mike Rump, converted cornerback, great hitter, and that's why they've got him at safety. So a first down for the 49ers at the Cowboy 46. Handoff is to Barlow. Changes the direction, goes outside, and is finally hit by Roy Williams coming up from his safety position. A 4-yard gain by Barlow, so it's been a 1-2 punch in the backfield running for the 49ers with Barlow and Gore thus far.
But the big thing about the way the game has opened up so far, you know, things that Dallas has done well the first 2 weeks, they're struggling in. Things that San Francisco has struggled in, they're doing well. They're converting third downs, creating more opportunities. Dallas has been very good against the run so far this season. San Francisco doing a good job running the football into this Dallas front.
And the big story, the turnover committed by Dallas, that only coughed it up once. Marcus Spears, the other impressive rookie defensive player, has come in. Rattay in trouble, and down he goes back at the 45-yard line. And DeMarcus Ware, talk about Spears, the 20th pick in the draft. Ware was number 11, and he gets a sack and a loss of 3.
Marcus Ware is number 94. They got him going against Steve Bush, number 44, a tight end, with no help, out on an island. And I know that DeMarcus Ware is only a rookie, but he's going to beat a tight end one-on-one in a pass rush situation, especially if you give him that much room by putting him on the island.
You don't want to go in the defensive meeting room and have a tight end one-on-one as a defensive lineman and have to hear all your peers if you don't beat that guy for a sack, Bruce.
You would know, Tony. I'm sure you heard it a few times in your career. So it'll be third down and 9 on the 35. Multiple wide receivers, and Rattay hits one of them, complete to Arnaz Battle. Ball, he coughs it up. And let's see if the Cowboys get the ball back. Arnaz Battle, who caught the touchdown pass moments ago, loses it here after the reception. Roy Williams makes the recovery. So Dallas gets it back after they turned it over.
Well, let's take a look. One of his teammates was signaling that he was down on the play before the ball came out because it wasn't a hit by contact.
This could be a challenge. And it is a challenge.
Looks like he was down right there, Mr. Stockton.
And Mike Nolan will challenge it.
Well, this is an interesting situation. This could go one of 3 ways. Does Arnaz Battle even have possession now? Is he down? Did he fumble? Or I think this could be incomplete.
49ers will take 2 out of the 3.
he's coming around to get upfield. So the ball definitely is coming out before he hits the ground. But the big question will be, did he have possession right away in the beginning of that catch process? Because as he spun out to turn upfield, he was bobbling the ball. He didn't have possession when he went to the ground. So I think we can rule out that he was down. So I think it's going to be a question of whether it's a fumble, which they called on the field, or will it be overruled with the incomplete?
49ers will take one out of those two.
Okay, so we got it down out of 2 out of 3 to 1 out of 2. Keep working here. Maybe we can get it.
Cowboys looking to get the ball back, and of course Bill Parcells, his whole deal is, as a coach, he told us from the beginnings, is that you don't want to lose the game. How do you lose the game? By turnovers, by penalties that hurt you. And so far he was very satisfied with the fact that the Cowboys had gone through the first 2 games and really had not turned it over. As you mentioned, no interceptions by Bledsoe and only 1 lost fumble coming into this one, and they coughed it up on their second possession.
There's had a couple of miscues contributing to this this slow start today. Some poor special teams plays, a critical penalty by Leroy Glover, turnover by Julius Jones. So things that they've been doing early on.
So let's see whether Mike Nolan is successful in his challenge. Bernie Kukar.
After reviewing the play, the receiver did not have control of the football. Therefore, it's an incompleted pass. It will be 4th down and 9 at the 45-yard line. No charge timeout for San Francisco.
And right now, it's 4th down coming up, punting situation. And right now, let's join James Brown for a game base. JB.
All right, Dick, show you a couple of game enders. David Akers at the bad hamstring on his plant leg kicks the game-winning field goal with 9 seconds left to help Philadelphia win over Oakland. Janikowski could have done it earlier for Oakland instead. Orlando Mare banging it home for Miami, victorious over Carolina. Game-winning field goals, putting their teams in the win columns. Back to Dick Stockton.
All right, JB, so Nick Saban now 2-1. Carolina loses its second game, and they're running Akers into the ground as the Raiders go to 0-3. Fair catch called for by Patrick Creighton inside the 10-yard line. Dallas will get it back. Not exactly where they wanted it. The 49ers still lead the Cowboys 7-0. Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers conjures up some great memories. And, of course, my partner here is a big part of that rivalry.
Well, I don't think you can have a rivalry unless there's a lot at stake. And when we played the 49ers, 3 out of 4 years, the championship game was between us. And probably my greatest memory, the first year we came out here and won that game, I think a lot of people thought we were still a year away, but played one of the best games we ever did during that era.
Darryl, the weather wasn't always this good when you played here.
It wasn't like this that day at all, at all.
I know that. All right, so the Cowboys trailing 7-0 will start from the 8-yard line. Julius Jones, the setback. It'll be play action on 1st down. And off the hands of Dan Campbell, normally used as a blocker, not much as a receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
The San Francisco 49ers, they've got Andre Carter in playing an outside linebacker spot as opposed to Jamie Winborn. Now, he's your faster cover guy. Andre Carter is a little bit bigger. He's a kind of a tweener, a defensive end, outside linebacker type. Fits in well to this scheme. But on that play right there, he was running with Jason Witten down the field in coverage. They've got to come back to that matchup. If they're expecting run and they've got Andre Carter in, they get a matchup with him against Jason Witten. You've got to go to number 82.
2nd down and 10. And again, Bledsoe back to the 1-yard line. Defender in his face, but he gets it to Witten, who is knocked out of bounds by Shawntae Spencer, and picks up 10 yards and close to the 1st down, and just may have it.
Well, Jason Witten had a breakout year last season. He's going into the flat right there. They kind of drop him off, which is unusual because the first 2 weeks, a lot of the defenses have been designed by San Diego, by Washington, to kind of take him out. He's your safety blanket in the passing game, and he hasn't had a lot of production yet. So surprised to see Jason Witten out in the flat without a defender close by.
Pro Bowl performer for the Cowboys last year. Under a minute remaining in the 1st quarter. It'll be a 1st down on the 18 of Dallas. Jones, and dragged down. Great play by Julian Peterson. And it's one thing that the Cowboys had to be aware of is where is Julian Peterson? A loss of a couple on the play.
Great effort by Julian Peterson. He's all the way backside. And that is a very slow developing play in the backfield. You've got to be a little bit quicker. And if you're not going to do that by design, you've got to have somebody to slow down Julian Peterson's pursuit from the backside.
And he was a guy who on Monday guaranteed the 49ers would beat Dallas. And no one seemed to think that was a big deal. Probably had less impact of any guarantee that I remember. And time has run out. And that will be the end of the first quarter here in San Francisco with the score. The 49ers 7 and the Cowboys nothing. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after these messages. Think TV. Start of the second quarter, Dick Stockton, Darryl Johnston, along with our field analyst Tony Siragusa. 7-0 in favor of San Francisco. It'll be second down and 11 on the 17 for the Cowboys. And here is Jones up the middle. Julius Jones gets past the 30-yard line and a first down and a pickup of 14 before Shawnte Spencer brings him down.
And this isn't the easiest thing to do, to run out of a split backfield. You see where that lineup is. A good job by the lead blocker right there, gets up. Dan Campbell leading Julius Jones through the middle of the line of scrimmage. And that's not an easy adjustment either. Dan is a good blocker on the line of scrimmage as a tight end, but that's a whole different ball of wax when you get in the backfield.
When you get them split backs, Dale, you're absolutely right. It's more of a pass tendency for every team that's out there. So everybody's thinking pass, converting to the run.
Swing pass out to Julius Jones, who has averaged over 5 yards a carry, picks up 2 yards. Chased out by Andre Carter, who started at outside linebacker in place of Jimmy Winborn. And you see some of the early numbers and third down conversions where the 49ers had struggled. They're doing well, and they have had 1 turnover in this game.
Big thing there, that leads to time of possession, which is another area they've really struggled in. That gives this defense an opportunity to get to the sideline and get some rest. They have been on the field for a bunch of plays the first 2 weeks of the season.
Second down and 8. Julius Jones. And Jones may be close to another first down. Julius Jones, who last year missed 8 of the first 9 games with the bruised rib and fractured shoulder blade in week 2. But when he started to go, when he got back into action, he made his presence felt. Tyson Thompson has come into the game.
There's a big thing you talked about, Dick, there, the third down conversions, San Francisco 2 out of 3, but you saw that quarterback rating also. Tim Rattay, you get him back here in this stadium, he's doing a great job.
51 yards rushing for Jones, so now Tyson Thompson, who has carried 3 times thus far, and he gets the call here going outside, and Thompson is hit at the 44-yard line and dropped. They'll mark it at the 45, a pickup of 3. With Isaac Sopoaga and Andre Carter combining to make the tackle. Early in the second quarter, 49ers leading 7-0, capping an 80-yard drive as Tim Rattay hit Arnaz Battle with a 15-yard strike for the only score.
Moose, we talked about Julian Peterson earlier. This guy is all over the field. He's doing a great job of identifying and relaying down the line of scrimmage, pass and run, and he checks the quarterback when he comes off the corner and makes sure he doesn't have the ball and gets down the line of scrimmage. And even though he doesn't get in the play, he's there.
And there he was, and Bledsoe getting rid of it as he was ready to go down, and pressure there by Corey Smith, number 58, one of the backup linebackers.
Drew Bledsoe, I mean, he just does a good job here of extending the play and not taking the sack. He gets the ball. That's the thing. Until you meet Drew Bledsoe and you stand next to him, you don't realize how big he is. And that was a huge advantage right there. You know, Corey Smith got there, but he couldn't get him to the ground. Drew Bledsoe can hang on, get the ball to the designated receiver, and avoid that sack.
I don't know if he's getting bigger or we're getting smaller, Moose, but I don't remember him being that big when we met him yesterday in the meeting room.
And a load of experience for Bledsoe, who completes it to Jason Witten over the middle. And the tight end with a first down inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 17 yards for Dallas.
Jason Witten coming from this side, just crossing the formation, getting in the middle. A good swim move right there. Jamie Winborn, I don't know if he thought he heard a whistle or something, but it looked like he let up a little bit on that play. And Jason Witten's off to a good start, getting involved in this offense early, the passing game.
3 catches, 40 yards, including the 17-yard pickup there. So it'll be a first down on the 38 of the 49ers. Terry Glenn goes in motion. And Bledsoe with enough time, and this one is caught by Witten again. So they're going to the tight end, who was bottled up by defenses in the first 2 games. Picks up about 13 yards, and the strong safety, Tony Parrish, hung on.
He's going to release from the outside right there down the field, one-on-one with Tony Parrish. And again, you saw the swim move. He goes to the inside, gets right up over the top of Tony Parrish, out into the flat area for the catch.
Witten set a Cowboy record for tight ends with 87 receptions last year. It'll be a first down on the 25. Cowboys driving, trailing by 7. And the fake end around to Keyshawn Johnson, and they give to Julius Jones, but Corey Smith reading it well, so he has made 2 good plays for the 49ers. A 2-yard gain for Jones, and Witten comes back in.
And this is an area that Dallas struggled in Monday night. Really something that you kind of forget about. You have those 2 big plays against your defense at the end of the game, and immediately the attention goes there. But in the red zone, they were kicking field goals, actually missed a field goal. So offensively, those guys felt that they had an opportunity to put that game away early, but missed opportunities in the red zone.
12th play of this drive, 2nd down and 8. That's Keyshawn moving. Getting time, and the pass flag is down and ruled incomplete to Keyshawn Johnson as he short hopped it. Good for a shortstop, but not for the wide receiver, and a penalty marker down back behind the line of scrimmage.
Drew Bledsoe showing his arm strength again. That one hops into Keyshawn Johnson, so that's incomplete.
Personal foul, 98 defense, roughing the passer. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Critical penalty against Julian Peterson on roughing the passer here.
I think he's going to come from the outside over the tight end here. No, is that Julian? The chop block by Julius Jones. Yep, he gets up. With an extended play like that, you can't go out and cut the defender. You've got to stay up on him, because as you saw, no, actually Julian's coming from the other side. That was 58. So Corey Smith again making a play, but Julian Peterson coming from the backside.
So half the distance and an automatic first down. Cowboys 7th in the NFL in red zone offense.
He said earlier in the week that he was guaranteeing a win. He's trying to do whatever he can to go make sure that happens, guys.
Question is for whom?
Yeah, within the rules.
True. So it'll be first down on the 11-yard line, and the Cowboys can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. 7-0. Nearly 5 minutes going by in the second. And Bledsoe falls down, but manages to hand off to Jones. And Jones is stopped behind the line of scrimmage, a 1-yard loss. And Anthony Adams making the play, and good play by Bledsoe just not to lose it.
Well, here's Andre Carter right here. They've put him in because they're trying to stop the run. That's a bigger guy on the outside. Normally you'd have Jamie Winborn there. Watch how disruptive he is. He's a converted defensive end. You've got a tackle on him. He's strong enough to fight through that block, forces the runner back inside. So an adjustment in this defense with personnel paying off early for the 49ers. 2nd and goal.
We'll mark it at the 11. Here he might have lost a yard. And here is the handoff to Julius Jones, wending his way in and finally tackled. And Jones getting to about the 6 or 7 yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down. Derek Smith making the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and about 5 as the 49ers trying to stiffen their defense here and force the Cowboys to settle for 3.
Important to be able to run the ball in the red zone. When you get down here, the field shortens, less area to defend in the passing game. Tougher to find those openings, those open holes in the zone coverages.
Cowboys have to get to about the 1+ yard line. Let's see if Bledsoe goes into the end zone. Fake blitz. And Bledsoe, with worlds of time, takes off, and he's going to score. Drew Bledsoe scores after the receivers were well covered. A 6-yard touchdown run for the Cowboys. And they have their fans here as well.
And you talk to Drew Bledsoe, he just seems in a much better place than he has been recently in his career. It was a tough time for him when he was up in Buffalo. He's kind of the fall guy. They brought in J.P. Lossman. He seems very content here, and I think you see right there that play. He's really excited. Just his reaction after that touchdown.
Drafted by Bill Parcells when they were in New England. Took the Patriots to a Super Bowl. Here is Jose Cortez, and Cortez misses the extra point. And the fans here are used to seeing that because Cortez kicked a couple of years with the 49ers, and the Niners still lead by 1. Seven to 6 in favor of the 49ers, and soon we'll take a look at the replay on the extra point. It was not Jose Cortez's fault, as we will see, but a very impressive 92-yard drive. Bledsoe with his first rushing touchdown in 2 years. And Jason Witten with 3 receptions for 40 yards on that drive. Maurice Hicks downing it in the end zone for a touchback.
Well, let's look at the mechanics between the snapper and the holder. That's where the problem was. It messes up all the timing. Jose Cortez pulls that to the left wide, but watch what happens after. Larry Allen, he just busted his butt for 14 plays, 92 yards. That shows you how important this is for Larry Allen.
It's a rough sport.
Remaining in the second quarter, 7 to 6 the 49ers lead. John Kondo with a problem on the snap. He's the rookie. And Jeff Robinson, the veteran, was waived.
Salary cap management.
Had a problem with the snap last week, so now the 49ers still with the lead, coming back, starting from the 20-yard line. Kevin Barlow, no running room, as the good penetration by the Cowboys, pickup of 1 yard with James and Wynn.
Well, that's one guy you do not want to get mad at you during the course of the afternoon. I know that when Larry realizes it wasn't Jose Cortez's fault that he didn't just pull that kick, that it was also the mechanics of the whole process, he'll probably go back and apologize. But I like that. I mean, Larry is into this game. He knows how important it is. Dick, you mentioned it's a critical game at the top of the broadcast, and that right there shows you what the players for the Cowboys feel, too.
I don't know if Cortez, looking at that video also, Moose, is either really stupid by not running or he's got some guts to him and knows that it wasn't his fault.
I think he's a little foolish. I don't think.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Penalty marker is down. Good pressure by Jason Ferguson after a gain of 3 or 4 yards, and show you how upset Jose Cortez is. He's
holding 62 offense. 10-yard penalty, still second down.
Jeremy Newberry, the center, called for holding on the play, and that will bring the 49ers back to just beyond the 10-yard line.
Well, they responded very well the opening of this game after their performance last week against Philadelphia. But as you're going through this whole rebuilding process and transition back and forth, you know, they just gave up a big drive. This offense has come out and played well today. But it's how you respond from week to week, from game to game, quarter to quarter, series to series. Important for them to come back out and get in the rhythm.
Second and long yardage, and they want to get the big play right here. And they do. The pass caught by Brandon Lloyd. And a foot race for Brandon Lloyd, and he'll get in for the touchdown. No flags are down, an 89-yard strike.
Boy, this has really been an Achilles heel for the Dallas Cowboys this season.
And coming out of the dugout for an encore here.
One-on-one coverage on the outside. Anthony Henry turns to the outside. Brandon Lloyd just a little move back to the inside, and Anthony Henry just never catches up. They fell asleep on some speed Monday night with Santana Moss at the end of the game. They fell asleep with some speed right there. And one of the things Bill Parcells tells all his defensive backs, where's the threat? Where's the speed on the outside?
Longest play from scrimmage for the 49ers in this young season. Joe Nedney aboard to kick the extra point. And the 49ers lead 14-6 for Lloyd, his second touchdown catch of the year. Spectacular on a spectacular day.
Goodbye, TV. DLP Picture Technology is here.
It's great rates. That's why 40 million drivers trust State Farm.
Keith Davis, the safety, got caught up looking at an underneath route, and I know they weren't worried about the arm strength, but here's the focus by this safety over to here. He doesn't worry about the receiver on the outside. And, I mean, how many times does this have to happen before you start realizing that people know that this is a weakness? And, you know, I think coming in, they weren't worried about Tim Rattay getting the ball down the field, and, boy, they just got burned again and learned another lesson.
Roy Williams mentioned it yesterday, Dal. He said, we weren't really worried about the deep threat because we don't think they have one. Boy, was he wrong.
6th longest pass in 49er history, and that's saying a mouthful. Tyson Thompson returning the kick and is going to be dragged down short of the 25-yard line. 15-yard return. Keith Lewis making the tackle, and the 49ers are excited. Not so much over there. As we went out to a break, and Brandon Lloyd, who caught the touchdown, 89 yards. What's a hush stat? Well, the 49ers, last 6 games, they've had a play of 40 or more yards. They have lost. Well, they got it now, and they're still in front. And this pass incomplete off the hands of Jeff Ulbrich. Incomplete, and right now for a game break, let's check in again with James Brown.
All right, Dick, St. Louis improved to 2-1 on the strength of this play that proved to be the winning touchdown. Mark Bulger hooking up with Kevin Curtis in the corner of the end zone. That 10-yard strike put them ahead. They went on to win it. They had trailed by a score of 10-0, but win it 31-27. Back to Dick Stockton.
That could be a nice combination to watch during the course of the season. Kevin Curtis and Mark Bulger.
2nd and 10 on the 24-yard line for the Cowboys, who trailed by 8. Here's Julius Jones up the middle. And running right into the middle of the 49er linebacking core, left by Jeff Ulbrich, a pickup of 3 yards. Talking to Ulbrich the other day, and of course Mike Singletary has been an inspiration to this entire team, and Mike Nolan brought Singletary with him from Baltimore. There he is, the former great middle linebacker with the Chicago Bears, and Ulbrich says, you know what, I feel I have to pay admission to listen to Mike Singletary talk to this team. That's how inspiring he is.
They've bought into the message that this staff has presented, and what better delivery man than a guy like Mike Singletary. You can understand why they're doing everything they possibly can and following every word that these coaches say.
3rd down and 6. Out of the shotgun is Drew Bledsoe. Has time, and a pass is intercepted by Tony Parrish. And he'll go in for the touchdown. Tony Parrish, who leads the NFL in interceptions over the last 4 years plus, brings it home 34 yards, and it's 20-6.
Boy, did Tony Parrish get a jump on that pass right there. Here's Tony Parrish. It's going to be a route coming across right there, but he is already on his way. Look at, boy, what a great jump. There's some film study right there. They saw something during the course of the week that tipped them off to that one.
Patrick Creighton was the intended receiver, and Parrish with his first interception of the year, and the second for the 49ers, who now lead at 20-6, and Joe Nedney on to make it 21 if he can. Right now, the Cowboys have to be in shock, coming off that huge loss on Monday night, and you're wondering about the lingering effects. Folks, right now, it's lingering.
Orders received and understood. Search and destroy.
We got movement up ahead.
What the hell's down here?
Doom, rated R.
48 degrees today in the Boston area with some light clouds and possible late show.
You guys have to go everywhere with me?
Tom, we're figurative metaphors.
What?
We represent the 5 layers of Visa security that surround you in a pocket of protection.
Hi there.
Like fraud monitoring?
Verified by Visa. Zero liability.
Metaphors.
With Visa, you're protected.
Can metaphors pay?
No.
And the 49ers have their crowd joyous here as they lead the Cowboys 21-6. Tony Parrish, who has intercepted 24 passes over the last 4 years plus. And now Joe Nedney's kickoff is fielded by Tyson Thompson. And Thompson brings it back. A penalty flag is thrown back at the 25-yard line. So a return of 17 yards and the penalty called against Dallas. And Bill Parcells, you can see how annoyed he is. It'll be holding.
18 of the return team during the run back. 10-yard penalty.
So Terrence Copper.
We'll go back and take a look at this. Tony Parrish, here's your guy right here. But what you've got double slants by the receivers. Watch him jump. He's actually coming to Jason Witten and then comes back and makes the interception. He's going to 82, reads Drew Bledsoe's eyes, comes off of that route. They had a blitz look on the outside. They pulled that blitzer out. I think they saw something on film during the week, gave him a look to anticipate, and then confused Drew Bledsoe.
His first interception of the season, Julius Jones, bringing it past the 20-yard line, picking up 5.5 yards. Jeff Ulbrich making the tackle. It'll be second down coming up for the Cowboys, who trail 21-6. Tim Rattay with 2 touchdown passes, and Tony Parrish running one in 34 yards with an interception. Peerless Price has come in the game at wide receiver. Familiar receiver with Bledsoe in their Buffalo days. It'll be second down and 4. Play action. Bledsoe stepping up, and the pass will be caught by Jason Witten. So they're going to their money receiver today. The tight end, Jason Witten, good for 26 yards and a first down near midfield.
Well, we talked about San Francisco responding to the long Dallas drive to get it to 7-6. They respond with a long touchdown pass and an interception return for a touchdown. Now it's Dallas's turn. What are the Dallas Cowboys going to do with this this momentum that has just swung totally in favor of the 49ers?
5 receptions for 79 yards for Jason Witten. Cowboys on their 48-yard line. 49ers again giving up the big play, longest active NFL streak. 18 straight games. Once again, play action for Bledsoe going across the green to Keyshawn Johnson. Stays in bounds. Good footwork by Keyshawn, and is finally knocked out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. A 27-yard pickup.
Well, I think Dallas coming into the game felt they could have this type of success throwing the ball against the 49ers. And this is a play coming all the way across the field. Drew Bledsoe's kind of moving the pocket out to his right, gets all the flow going that way, and then throws it all the way across the field to Keyshawn Johnson.
First catch of the day for Keyshawn. And nearing 5 minutes remaining in the half. It is a first down on the 25 of the 49ers. Peerless Price and Patrick Creighton are in there. Witten is used in the slot to the left. Again, the play action, getting rid of it in a hurry to Julius Jones. Jones to the 15. And Julius Jones gets inside the 10-yard line. Another first down for Dallas. Another 18-yard pickup, and they're getting him in chunks now, Darryl.
Well, they really got the San Francisco 49er defense on their toes. Sean Payton really mixing it up well right now. A good play call right there. And Drew Bledsoe, that's a pretty courageous play because he turns his back to the screen. The running back is letting the defensive end, the linebacker, go free. And he's got to have a lot of trust in his guy that he's going to execute that properly.
First and goal, and the ball is at the 7-yard line. Cowboys looking to get that last touchdown back in a hurry. Jones. And Julius Jones getting to what appeared to be the 4-yard line. Tony Parrish, the strong safety. And I have to tell you, the 49ers, they're looking to respond from a very tough setback last week against Philadelphia, and they have been equal to the task plus in this game so far.
Well, when you're in transition and you're trying to turn around a franchise, the one thing you don't want to have is blowout defeats, and that's what happened to them last week in Philadelphia. You know, as a player, you hate the close losses, and you don't mind getting roughed up once in a while, but when you're trying to start everything anew, it kind of takes away the credibility, and you kind of lose a sense of getting that message to your players when it all blows up in your face.
Second and goal. Here comes pressure on Bledsoe. Pass caught. Touchdown to Witten. 6-yard pass, and the Cowboys come right back. Jason Witten, who's having a field day, and this is only in the first half. And for Witten, his first touchdown reception of the year.
Jason Witten's in the slot right there. Mike Rumpf said he gave him a little shove at the top. I don't see it. Very subtle. Good job. Just spins out, and a well-thrown ball by Drew Bledsoe. And now, because of the botched extra point on the first touchdown, Dallas is going to be forced to go for 2.
It amazes me that they haven't put 2 people on Jason Witten. I mean, this guy's been single covered all day, and this guy is one of the big weapons that Dallas has that really can turn this game around.
Tony, every team they played thus far, just 2 have double covered Witten. Now they bring Julius Jones, split to the left, the 2-point conversion to try to make it a 7-point game for the Cowboys, and Bledsoe's pass is knocked down. And it was, flag is down, penalty marker down. Good pressure by Derek Smith, one of the interior linebackers for the 49ers.
Illegal touching. The pass hit number 73 of the offense. The penalty is declined.
So it nicked Larry Allen.
With so much more to see, shouldn't you be watching it on the Aquas Liquid Crystal television? From Sharp.
Okay, you shave early, but your date isn't until 7 p.m. So what do you think your beard's doing? Taking a nap? It's not. That's why there's the new Schick Quattro Midnight. Its 4 blades give you an incredibly close shave, keeping you smooth into the night. The new Schick Quattro Midnight. The power of 4.
49ers leading 21-12. The Cowboys missing an extra point on a bad snap to the kicker Jose Cortez, and then foiled on a 2-point conversion. But what a game so far for Witten, the tight end. 6 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown run with nearly 3.5 remaining in the first half. Here's Maurice Hicks returning the kickoff for San Francisco, and bounces off a couple of defenders and gets a few extra bonus yards. Willie Pyle makes the tackle. And Hicks doesn't want to give up the ball.
He's down. This is an inspired 49er performance right now.
The NFL on Fox, week 4 coming up next. It's a doubleheader. Rams, who won today. The Giants play later down the coast in San Diego. Lions and Buccaneers as well. Big one with the Eagles and the Chiefs. The Eagles win by a field goal in the waning moments, go to Kansas City. That is a gem of a matchup. And many of you will see the Cowboys stay on the West Coast to go against the Oakland Raiders next week. Doubleheader, the NFL on Fox. First down. Tim Rattay has thrown 2 touchdown passes, and making the grab is Barlow. Let's see if he held on, and it's ruled incomplete. DeMarcus Ware covering on the play. By the way, Bledsoe on that last touchdown drive was 4 for 4 for the Cowboys.
DeMarcus Ware, he has really been a great addition. He has adjusted so quickly, in my opinion, to the pass coverage part of that, moving from a hand-down defensive end in college to a stand-up linebacker. I think everybody knew he was going to be a good pass rusher, and he needs to work on some counter moves, but I've been impressed how well he's played in coverage.
This is a totally different Bill Parcells kind of defense, going to the 3-4, a lot more aggressive. And Tim Rattay saying, what's going on here? And we will have a penalty. I believe offsides, the preliminary call, but we'll check.
Encroachment, 97 defense. A 5-yard penalty, still second down.
So Leroy Glover with a 5-yard penalty. They pick up 5 there, and Bill Parcells, you'll always hear him squawk about turnovers and penalties. In the last 4 quarters, touchdown passes allowed by the Cowboys. This is what it looks like. The 2 big strikes that lost the game. Santana Moss, Arnez Battle, and Brandon Lloyd. Big plays here. 2nd and 5. Rattay pulls it down and will run and will get the first down past the 45-yard line. Heads-up play by Tim Rattay when all else failed, and he gets 13.
This is a dimension that we didn't see last week against the Philadelphia Eagles. Is Tim Rattay going back, nothing there, and then extending the play and making things happen. running the football. And it's so hard for the defense. You've got people back in coverage. Look at the distance between Tim Rattay and the next closest defender. And then a little nifty move there at the end to get 4 or 5 more extra yards.
Mike Nolan said at some point it's going to happen, meaning that Alex Smith is going to get to play quarterback, and Tim Rattay is trying to keep that point as far away as possible. First down, in the pocket, pass, and holding on is Arnaz Battle with a terrific catch, and a first down to the 40, picking up 14, and what a hit there by Roy Williams in the secondary.
I can't tell you how impressive that concentration is by Arnaz Battle, because that's one of the most physical safeties in the game of football today. And he takes a full shot from Roy Williams, but maintains possession.
I don't even know if you call him a safety, Moose. He's sort of a linebacker that plays safety position.
Yeah, we got that tweener between the defensive end and the linebacker, but nobody really talks about that guy between linebacker and safety.
2-minute warning here in San Francisco. The 49ers lead the Cowboys in a surprise, 21-12.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by UPS. What can Brown do for you?
That ought to do it.
Oh, you're going international, huh?
That's the plan.
All right. See you tomorrow.
Hey, Frank, little help.
Here you go, guys.
Hey, ragazzi. Hey, Franco, che aiuti?
Ci vediamo.
Ciao, Franco.
Ciao.
Ecco i pacchi dall'America.
Sì, lavoriamo con l'estero, eh?
Ti ringrazio.
Complimenti.
Global shipping with a very familiar face. UPS. What can Brown do for you?
Get the bottom line during Nissan's model year-end clearance. The bottom line on Nissan Pathfinder, Xterra, Murano. Plus, get 2% financing or $2,500 cash back on the full-size Nissan Armada. See your Nissan dealer now. Clearance time happens once a year, and that's the bottom line.
1 minute more.
Bill Parcells has said that the second game of a season defines a team. It sure did for the Cowboys a couple of years ago when they beat the Giants on the road in overtime in a thrilling comeback. Went on to make the playoffs. Of course, last week in Game 2, they had it won and lost to the Redskins in a stunner. One of the really shocking upsets maybe in Dallas history if you go down the line. And so that makes this game doubly important. And right now the Cowboys trail. It would be 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line of Dallas. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. And Rattay flips it up the middle to Chris Hetherington. And the fullback picking up about 7 yards on the play.
Well, that big pass play for the touchdown, what that does is it grabs the attention of your secondary. And now you're not worried about all this underneath stuff. This team has proven that they can go over the top and make plays. So now that's going to open up a lot of things underneath for the tight end, for the running back, or some crossing routes by the wide receivers in this offense.
6 of 8 for 133 yards. Rattay getting back to his rating of week 1 against St. Louis. Not so much what happened last week. Back in the pocket, the pass, and another big grab by Arnaz Battle, and a first down to the 23-yard line with Terrence Newman on his back, a 10-yard pickup.
Terrence Newman right on his back in good position in the coverage, but it's just a good executed play by the San Francisco 49ers. You get that little separation. Tim Rattay puts it to the inside where only Arnaz is going to get the catch. Watch, Terrence Newman's coming from the outside. He puts that ball high into the inside so he can't make a play on it.
Third catch of the game for Arnaz Battle, one of them a touchdown. And a timeout called by the 49ers. That is their first. Former quarterback prospect at Notre Dame, Arnaz Battle. Well, coming up on the Visa halftime report, JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy will have scores and highlights from around the league, and the Fox Sports ticker has up to the second scores and stats. Next to last in the NFL.
180 yards per game. They've got 205 with the first half still a minute and 16 left.
Darryl, you think those stats fluctuate dramatically in the first few weeks of the season? I do.
I'm not a big fan of numbers, especially early in the season.
I'm with you on that, too.
1st and 10 on the 23-yard line of Dallas. Spreading out the defense. Rattay flush from the pocket and try to get it away in a hurry to Kevin Barlow. Good pressure that time by Greg Ellis, defensive end, in the 3-4 defensive front.
Keith Davis on the sideline right now. You saw Bill Parcells having words with him after that long touchdown pass, and it's been an area of concern for him. The safety position, they've only got 3 guys on the roster right now: Roy Williams, Keith Davis, Willie Pyle. So that was a concern, and it showed itself why with that big pass to Brandon Lloyd.
Pyle is in there now. 2nd down and 10 from the 23. Here's Rattay, and he goes up for Johnny Morton, and the pass is out of bounds. Going with the fade, and Aaron Glenn, who might have been the culprit in those 2 touchdowns by Santana Moss on Monday night, was step for step with Johnny Morton.
But you got to give your wide receiver an opportunity to make a play on the ball, and Tim Rattay's got to get that somewhere where Johnny Morton can at least have the opportunity to try and make a catch. I mean, you've got the one-on-one on the outside. It's kind of a jump ball situation, but give your guy an opportunity to make a play.
Would that be number 1 in your playbook, the fade?
The fade to the outside. Well, from the 23, it's down my list, but, you know, once you get inside the 5 there, that's just one of my absolute favorite plays.
3rd down and 10. Little tongue-in-cheek there by my partner, and I understand that. Here's Rattay out of the shotgun. Pass is caught by Brandon Lloyd. He gets the 1st down. Good spin move by Lloyd as he gets close to the 10. He had Terrence Newman on the coverage. He gave him a little room and a pickup of 12.
More opportunities. I mean, for a group that has struggled mightily the first 2 weeks, establishing rhythm, staying on the field, converting 3rd downs, they have just made a tremendous stride during the course of the week. I don't know how you do it so poorly for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden, boom, the light comes on and everything's working great.
Especially after a loss like that, Moose. That's something that really you just got to work at, trying to get out of your mind. And these guys look like they just brushed it off like, all right, we got another game this week, let's go.
Well, that's credit to Mike Nolan, Tony, no question about it. Brandon Lloyd with his first career 100-yard game. It'll be 1st down, and Rattay goes underneath to Barlow, looking for the end zone. He gets close. Kevin Barlow is down short of the end zone, and it was Brady James making the tackle. And it'll be 2nd down coming up in the 49ers with under a minute to go in the first half, on the verge of scoring again.
Well, you get down into the red zone, and that passing game, you get all your guys back into the end zone. You're guarding against the end zone. Here's Kevin Barlow. He's going to slip out. Look at all that room underneath. He gets into that little soft spot there. Dat Win was about 11 yards downfield. And that's the ability when you get that running back, you just slip him out. These guys have such a good feel of knowing where that soft spot in the zone is. And if the defense is going to go across the end zone to try and cover up all those zones, you got to check it down to your running back and let him go.
And that was a big play because they got the 1st down. The sticks were at the 1-yard line, so it's 1st and goal. 2nd timeout called by the Niners. Again, the Visa halftime report with our guys in the studio. JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy. Scores, a lot of highlights from around the league. And the Fox Sports ticker with up to the second scores and stats. 41 seconds remain in the first half, and the 49ers with 1 timeout remaining. Like to be a fly in the wall to listen to Bill Parcells in the locker room at halftime.
You better have earmuffs on if you're that fly, I'll tell you that.
It'd be a new fashion statement for one of those flies, Tony. Tight formation, 1st and goal, and a little yardage, and it was Newman and Al Singleton, the strong side linebacker, making the play. Barlow is foiled again, and now the 49ers will use their 3rd and final timeout.
One of the biggest improvements Dallas has made this year on defense is in the defensive line, and they're really doing a great job of kind of reestablishing the line of scrimmage. Terrence Newman does a good job coming up and filling in there, but you saw Jason Ferguson coming through. When you talk about the pressure and everything with guys like DeMarcus Ware on the outside and what they're doing with their pressure package, you know, that's a nice step. But when just on every down, 1st down, 2nd down, the running game, you've got guys in the trenches down there in your defensive line that can reestablish the line of scrimmage like they did down there. That is just a huge improvement from where they were last year.
That's exactly what you have to do. Ferguson and Leroy did a great job of going and getting penetration. You want to actually go and hit that back in the backfield and let your linebackers come up and clean it up. They did a great job on that last play.
Second and goal. The ball as at the 1 yard line. 4 wide receivers in an empty backfield for Tim Rattay. Rattay loses it on the exchange. The clock continues to run. The 49ers are out of timeouts. 26 seconds to go, and the clock is running. And it is going to be third down, and now they spike it with 18 seconds to go.
So I do not like that right there. That shows you a young group, because there's plenty of time for you to get up and get a play called at the line of scrimmage. Even call the same play. I mean, just get everybody lined up and say, we're doing the same thing. We're doing the same thing. You come out and clock it on third down. You've just forced yourself in the position to kick the field goal. So that's what some youth and inexperience can do in the growing process. That's some of the growing pains right there. But Tim Rattay's got to realize the situation. You fumbled the snap, you got down on the ball, but the defense doesn't know what you were going to do on that play. Get everybody back up and just say, hey, we're doing it again.
No, I might be wrong standing back here under the goalpost, but when you get that spread from the offense, all of a sudden you got to look out for that quarterback draw, and I think that's the play that they had on there, Moose.
20-yard field goal attempt by Nedney, who has never missed one in his career under 30 yards. Looking to add 3, and Nedney's kick is good, and it's 24-12. But remember, the 49ers had first and goal inside the 1.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so many things that have gone wrong against Dallas during the first half. A great thing to go to the locker room with.
Fox Saturday Baseball returns this week, and what a week to return. The Yankees and the Red Sox played 3 games, and you'll see one of them next Saturday at hold on. The Indians have been the hottest. Less than that, and races in the National League. The Astros in front in the wild card. Anyway, coverage begins Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Fox.
It doesn't get much better than that going into the final week of baseball. And I got 2 groups of friends. I got some Yankee fans. I got some Red Sox fans. I cannot wait for the banter through the email over the next 7 days. That's
what the stretch drive is all about. Fox, of course, will have it all for you, including the LCS and the World Series. 15 seconds remaining, and the low kick bounces to the 20-yard line, and it's picked up by Terrence Copper, and Copper is tackled with 10 seconds remaining in the first half. But you're right, the Cowboys could have really looked in a bigger deficit. They're down 24-12 with 10 seconds to go, and a good exhibition of stiffening their defense right in that last drive.
Oh, first and goal inside the 1 yard line, right at the end of the half when you're up, by 9, and you don't get anything but a field goal out of that. That's going to be a huge positive momentum builder for them going in. And now I still would like those earmuffs if I'm that fly on the wall, but it might be tapered a little.
Earplugs and earmuffs, I think. Here's Bledsoe, and making the catch is Terry Glenn, going out of bounds. Still has 4 seconds on the clock. The ball is at the 46-yard line of the 49ers, a 23-yard pickup. And with 4 seconds to go, they don't believe it can get a playoff and then a field goal attempt, so they just may have to go downfield.
Now this is going to be a shot into the end zone, or one of those crazy plays you see where all the laterals start popping out, but we'll see what they do. They're sending 3 up to the top. Keyshawn Johnson, Terry Glenn, Jason Witten going up to the top of the screen.
4 seconds remain. And here they go. And Bledsoe going up there, and there is the Hail Mary downfield, and is knocked away by Ahmed Plummer as time runs out. 49ers with a surprising lead over the Cowboys. That is the end of the first half with the score. The 49ers 24, the Cowboys 12. Fox NFL Sunday continues after these messages. As you look at the numbers, the key, of course, 2 turnovers by the Cowboys. One really hurt them, as Tony Parrish with the interception going in for the touchdown, and that's where we are right now. And for the fantasy update, you've got 2 touchdown passes by Tim Rattay, and Witten and Lloyd have scored. For the latest in fantasy stats, log on to foxsports.com. So it's 24-12 at this point, Darryl, and looking ahead, what about the Cowboys here?
Well, they've got to make some adjustments to what they're doing defensively. Here's a team that struggled on third down. They don't have a lot of opportunities to score. Dallas's defense is letting them go up and down the field. I think offensively they're fine, but what we've seen in the first half are breakdowns on the defensive side of the ball. How can you lose a game giving up big plays in the final few minutes and then come out and give up the biggest play of the season this afternoon to a team that really probably can't really stretch the field vertically? So they've got changes across the board defensively that they have to make.
Yeah, I'm sure the Cowboys came in saying, look, we had a tough loss, but this is a game we should win, even though it's on the road. This club was 2-14 last year. Maurice Hicks returns the second half kickoff from the end zone and gets upended at the 17-yard line.
You know, guys, I had a chance to talk with Coach Parcells as he came out of the locker room. Not very happy, and not exactly in these words. He says that we did not do a good job in that first half, but he phrased it a little bit differently, but I don't want to scare anybody at home. He did also say that that was the first turnover that they had. They didn't really handle it very well, but they're not out of this game. They can still win it, but they have to play way better football than they did in the first half.
All right, Tony, and of course they gave up 3 points, the 2-point conversion and the missed extra point, so 3 they left on the table. But they did hold the 49ers to a field goal at the end. Kevin Barlow running the ball on first down, tackled by Kenyon Coleman after a gain of 3 yards.
And that is where they have been steady this season, you know, that run defense, but not today. And you look right there, this is an offense that really doesn't scare anybody. And unfortunately, they just dipped below 8 yards per play on that last one. But you're just a little bit over 4. And in the first half, they were over 8. So, I mean, this is a game that they need to be worried about. And I don't know, maybe they came out and took them a little bit too lightly in that first half.
Well, Keith Davis, by the way, is back in at safety for the Cowboys, and the pass to Lloyd a little bit too low, and that'll bring up a third down, tipped actually by Greg Ellis at the line of scrimmage, till 3rd and 7. And if you're Bill Parcells, you tell the team, get the ball back as soon as you can, let's go to work, and cut the deficit early in the third.
No rhythm, and that was the complaint from the 49ers players on offense. We just haven't been able to get into a rhythm. Well, they were never out of rhythm in the first half, so yeah, you come out here this first series, 3 and out, get my offense back on the field.
3rd down and 7, a lot of shifting going on, mostly to the left side. Ball is on the 20-yard line. And the slant drop looked like it was catchable. Johnny Morton covered by Terrence Newman.
Guys, I had a chance also to talk to Coach Nolan. He said the big difference in this game is the turnovers. You know, we're tied running and all the other stats we're pretty even on, but the turnovers are big. And also Tim Rattay moving around the pocket and giving these receivers more time to get down the field. And obviously, you know, that touchdown play was one of the reasons he talked about that.
Andy Lee to kick, Patrick Creighton back deep. And the 49ers, or the Cowboys, could get good field position. Fair catch called for, not a good punt by Lee, who has punted well in the first 2 games, and that will drop at the 45 of Dallas. Bill Parcells has specific statistics. When you turn it over, you're in deep trouble. .35-yard kick, and the Cowboys, good field position. Dick Stockton along with Darryl Johnston, Tony Siragusa. The Cowboys trailing by 12 have a first down on their 45. Less than a minute into the 3rd quarter. Bledsoe's pass, and it might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. It was intended for Terry Glenn. Bringing up 2nd down.
It's important for the Cowboy offense right now not to panic. I mean, you've got the second half. You were functional in the first half. I mean, they had the turnovers, and you know, Tony talked about that, and you know, that's obviously something they've got to correct. It was something they handled well the first 2 weeks, but I think the concern was on the defensive side of the ball. The offensive group, you know, the turnover to Tony Parrish is just a backbreaker, but everything else, they played well in the first half offensively.
Defensively is where you think they're going to do well, and this time Julius Jones is cut down back to the line of scrimmage. Jeff Ulbrich making the stop. No gain on the play, so it'll be 3rd down and 10. And right now, Sean Payton has to call something to give the Cowboys some life. They're dormant right now offensively, trying to get something going to get back in this game.
Well, Bill Parcells is a big believer in field position, and you know, when you get the ball 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line, you've got to take advantage of those positions. And, you're sitting yourself right now in the 3rd and 10. You have done nothing on your first 2 plays to take advantage of great field position.
He also said yesterday, Moose, that he was not in the entertainment business, that if he has to grind it out, he doesn't care what anybody thinks.
3rd down, the flag is down, the pass is caught by Patrick Creighton, but there's a marker back down behind the line of scrimmage, and this may go against the Cowboys. A 20-yard pass caught by Creighton, and let's see, it may still be against San Francisco. This is a critical penalty here. Bernie Kukar.
Illegal use of hands. 91 defense. Hands to the face. A penalty is declined. First down.
Anthony Adams, and so the 3rd down play, and the Cowboys move it to the 35 of the 49ers.
Boy, I bet you everybody on that Dallas sideline is holding their breath in that play, because that flag comes down in a position where you would expect offensive holding, and that has been some critical offensive holding plays, especially last week for the Dallas Cowboys.
Remember, the Cowboys losing last week after winning their opening game on the road in San Diego. They're playing 3 of their first 4 on the West Coast. And Julius Jones breaks a tackle in the backfield and gets great yardage. Still trying to lunge for the sticks. And it was Marcus Douglas who missed the initial tackle. And Adams, or I should say Jones, gets out about 8 or 9 yards.
I don't think we talk about Julius Jones' strength as much as we need to. You see the patience, the vision, and the balance, but, right there, the ability to break that arm tackle by a defensive end, and then his acceleration. I mean, he gets up to top speed very quickly. He had to come to a complete stop in that position, and yet he gets refocused, finds his running lane, and explodes through it.
2nd down and 2 on the 49ers 27-yard line. And here's Jones. And Jones may have the first down, and appears he does, to the 23-yard line. Picking up about 3 or 4 yards on the play. Douglas and Adams, the 2 defensive linemen, in on the play. Keep in mind, the 49ers did win their opening game against the Rams 28-25, but they very nearly squandered that big lead at the finish.
Yeah, they allowed St. Louis to get back into that game, and Dallas knows all too well about putting an opponent away, and I'm sure that's a thought going through Mike Nolan's head right now. And when you're young and inexperienced and going, that's one of your things. It's a lesson to be learned, and there'll be several lessons that this 49er franchise will learn moving forward with Mike Nolan.
From the 23, first down, and on the run, the pass caught by Keyshawn Johnson. And he's very close to the sticks, picking up 9 yards. So it's still early in the 3rd quarter. Cowboys doing a good job on their first defensive sequence, and now trying to score and move it closer.
The strength of Keyshawn Johnson on the outside, the sure hands, and getting a little physical there at the end of the run with Ahmed Plummer. And, this is why I don't think that Dallas is conservative. You see the controlled passing routes, and you mix it in with the run, but, I don't call that conservative. You're taking advantage of what the defense is offering to you.
2nd down and 1, and Jones was tripped up by Bryant Young, and the yellow line that you see, unofficial, and it looked like Jones was slightly short of that.
Great push by Anthony Adams over the center. And, when you force a running back to move very quickly, number 91 right down here in the center, watch him push back on Al Johnson right there. He forces Julius Jones to make his cut before he's ready to.
And he eliminates the cutback on that also, Moose. When you get penetration like that, the running back is only allowed or can only really go in one direction. He can't make that cutback because there's bodies in that way.
Measurement. That's how much they need. It'll be 3rd down. Sean Payton and Bill Parcells. And Bledsoe going back in the huddle. It's 3rd down and 1 on the 13-yard line for the Cowboys. Trailing 24-12.
They got a little fancy in a situation like this in the first half and tried to run a bootleg on the outside and get the ball down. Yeah, it resulted in a sack for the 49ers, and the Cowboys had to punt it away.
9-yard loss that time. They are in field goal range here, but they're looking for more. 3rd and inches. And the up back, Lusaka Polite, and he has the first down. So the only fullback on the active roster who was inactive against the Redskins gets a big 3rd and 1 first down.
And Lusaka Polite is going to be coming right at you. Here comes 53, Jeff Ulbrich, to make the stop. Does a good job of being able to find his way through there unblocked. It's all a battle of leverage at that point. And Lusaka Polite was able to get down below the pad level of Jeff Ulbrich.
And a 2-yard pickup and a good call by Sean Payton. So now first down on the 12 of the 49ers. Bledsoe, good job by the offensive line, completes to Keyshawn Johnson, and he gets a first down and goal inside the 3-yard line and gets hit hard. An 11-yard pickup. Ahmed Plummer applies the crunching hit for Keyshawn.
And he takes a big hit at the end of this. And again, this is another well-thrown ball by Drew Bledsoe. You know, it's in a place where nobody else can get it. And you see right there at the end of the run, the shoulder put right on the ball. And we've already seen a couple of those come loose this afternoon. So good job of ball security by Keyshawn Johnson at the end.
First and goal. And the handoff is to Julius Jones, diving to the goal line, in for the touchdown. At first, it looked like Julius Jones might have been stopped at the goal line, but his forward progress, the ball went over the plane, and he goes in for the score, and the Cowboys come right back.
That was a great response by the Cowboy offense, and there was a nice drive, a lot of balance in it coming down the field, a mix with the pass and run, and finishing with a touchdown. They have done well in the red zone this week. You know, they struggled last Monday night against the Redskins, but they've been very efficient in the red zone today.
And that's what you have to be for an offensive team that has struggled today. Here's Jose Cortez, good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. And so, with 9:24 remaining in the third, Cowboys trail now by 5.
It's the strongest full-size pickup, and the only one to earn both government 5-star and IIHS Best Pick front crash ratings.
Here in San Francisco, the Dallas Cowboys scoring first in the third quarter, now trailing the 49ers 24-19. Julius Jones with a 1-yard run, his second touchdown of the season. And back deep, Maurice Hicks for the 49ers. Jose Cortez with a deep kickoff. Otis Amy, a yard in the end zone on the return for the 49ers, gets picked up and is stopped at the 19-yard line. A 19-yard return. Can Roy Williams in the Cowboy defense stop the 49ers again?
Bust the bomb now.
Verizon Wireless welcomes you in.
9:18 remaining in the third quarter. Tim Rattay certainly has bounced back in week 3 after a horrid game against Philadelphia, throwing 3 interceptions. Having a big game, first down on the 18-yard line for the 49ers, who lead by 5. And the handoff is to Kevin Barlow. And Barlow will be stopped maybe for 2 yards on the play, and that's all. The Cowboys, by the way, rotating their 3-man front, have 2 rookies in there, and Chris Canty and Marcus Spears surrounding Jason Ferguson, the nose tackle. And now you see they go out again. Ferguson, of course, big acquisition, big signing from the New York Jets at nose.
Yeah, he's perfectly designed to play in that 3-4 on the nose. And the other guys you mentioned, I think, are going to become good football players. I think Chris Canty is a guy to really watch.
What do you mean perfectly designed? Because he's short and stout?
No, he's muscular, and he's very strong.
Let's just clear that up a little bit.
Second down and 8 for the 49ers. And the pass out to Arnaz Battle, puts a fake on straight on to Terrence Newman, who missed him, and they end up getting 11 yards out of it and a first down. So Arnaz Battle having a big day. He has caught a touchdown pass today and 8 grabs all afternoon. Rattay now is 10 of 17, 2 touchdown passes. Most important for Mike Nolan, no interceptions.
And the Dallas Cowboys missing some tackles at the end of these plays, allowing, just maybe 2 or 3 yards, but in that situation, enough for the first down and another opportunity for the 49ers.
Frank Gore in for Barlow, and he moves the pile about 3 or 4 yards. And right now for the game break, let's check in again with James Brown.
All right, Dick, take a look here. Seattle coming up big. Michael Boulware with the sack of Josh McCown, in for the injured Kurt Warner, who with a strained groin will not be back in the ball game. Seattle capitalized on that. Their first takeaway of the season. Sean Alexander, his second 1-yard run, 24-9. Seattle on top. Back to Dick Stockton.
All right, JB, everyone 1-1 except for Arizona 0-2 starting the year in the NFC West. Seattle headed for the win. And the pass on the pressure on Rattay, intended for Frank Gore, is incomplete. Third down.
You see the speed of DeMarcus Ware. He's going to come in from the offense's left right there. Now, Jonas Jennings, hey, you didn't see anybody coming from the inside. You better get out. That guy's, he's pretty quick. And if you've got a slow developing play like a screen right there, you're going to get caught. And now they just had 12 guys in the huddle, so we're going to add a little bit more.
Illegal substitution, 12 men in the huddle. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Now that kind of a mistake, you call that inexperience with a team growing, or what is the story there?
Well, you never know. I mean, the coaches are changing personnel. As you're coming onto the field, the other guy, you should be signaling a hand signal so the person sees you come in. It's one of the first things you do if you're a multiple personnel offense is, okay, we're in the huddle, let's take a look at the sideline, see if anybody's coming in. But they've got to be careful now because that's a new rules put in over the last couple of years, to prevent deception with your play calling, but you can't walk into the huddle. If you're coming onto the field and nobody's come off, then you got to get his attention before you step into the huddle.
Third down and 11 from the 29, spreading the defense, and the pass is caught by Johnny Morton. Morton giving ground and going down. And good pursuit by the Cowboy defense led by Aaron Glenn. Only a 3-yard pickup after that, and fourth down coming up, and the Cowboys will get the ball back.
That was a lot of work by Johnny Morton for 3 yards.
I was going to say.
He ran about 45 yards across the field.
Got a lot of air time for 3 yards. So Andy Lee will be kicking. Patrick Creighton to return. Lee gets off a much better kick this time. Creighton at the 19. And run out of bounds. And a flag down as well. And a hat goes as well. And another flag. So a lot of stuff going on the field. Maurice Hicks was the player who sort of pulled Creighton out of bounds. And one of the 49ers is shaken up.
He only pulled him out of bounds, but then kind of finished it with an extra shove. And once you get into that white on the sideline, I mean, the play's kind of over. Right. You can't do anything else, so you're going to get called for unsportsmanlike conduct. Talking about a holding somewhere along the way. He's emphatic as he describes this. The face mask and the holding, and I'm telling you, it was horrible.
And he was so mad he threw his hat down. He got a hat laying on the middle of the field also. I mean, he threw everything out. There it is, right there. He ran out of flags. He had to throw his hat, I think.
Now that's going to show you where he went out.
That's the side judge, by the way, doing all of the talking, it seems.
He's working hard to get his point across.
46 face mask.
Face mask.
Re-kick this, right, Coach? All right.
Coach Kukar. So,
I thought they had put something in place to get rid of the offsetting personal fouls. You're supposed to go after the guy who initiated it. They were moving that direction. I don't like the offsetting personal fouls in that type of situation. Make one team pay for the mistake.
Unless they were two separate places on the field.
It doesn't look like they're offsetting because they're signaling, or they're going to go back and re-kick it, I guess, instead of taking the ball at that spot.
Tom Hill is the side judge. In case you're wondering, he's getting a lot of airtime himself.
We got personal foul 43 of the kicking team, holding 28 of the receiving team. We also have grabbing on the face mask of the receiving team. Those penalties are going to offset. We're going to re-kick.
Well, you're right, Dick. They weren't on the same play where they're going to be offsetting actually two different points during the course of that play. So Coach Parcells elects to have them go back and re-kick it.
So Creighton will go back to the 20-yard line, and after all of that, Andy Lee will kick again. 6:32 remaining, third quarter. Cowboys trying to climb back. This is a lower kick, line drive kick. And Creighton loses it, picks it up, and brings it out to the 25. That was a close call because of one of the 49ers, if he had known the ball was right behind him, could have picked it up for the recovery.
The front and rear pillars of the F-150 are insulated with heat-activated foam to reduce noise, making it as quiet as a luxury vehicle. A luxury vehicle that can tow 9,900 pounds.
48 degrees today in the Boston area with some light clouds and possible late day shift.
You guys have to go everywhere with me?
Tom, we're figurative metaphors.
What?
We represent the 5 layers of Visa security that surround you in a pocket of protection.
Hi there.
Like fraud monitoring?
Verified by Visa. Zero liability.
Metaphors.
With Visa, you're protected.
Can metaphors pay?
No.
2 letters. TV. Simple, right? Except these days there's HD TV, ED TV.
We could get an LCD TV.
If we don't get help, we'll end up with NOTV.
The Extreme TV Makeover is going on now at Circuit City. All digital TVs $499 and up are on sale now. Plus no interest for 24 months on all TVs $499 and up. Circuit City.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Ford F-150. Built Ford tough. By Domino's and the new Steak Fanatic Pizza. Get the door, it's Domino's. By Madden NFL 2006 in stores now. And by Circuit City. For the hottest new technology, think Circuit City, just what I needed.
Alcatraz. One of the great tourist attractions, right, Tony?
Yeah, we got a chance to visit over there, man. I barely fit in one of those cells there. I don't know. I could never escape. I couldn't fit through that little hole they have.
First down for the Cowboys. Just glad you were visiting. Ball is on the 25-yard line. And on the delay, Julius Jones. And he is knocked back. Great play by Jeff Ulbrich, who's played a terrific all-round game in run defense. That's a 2-yard loss for Dallas.
There's something very appropriate.
Yeah, prison break, all new. Well, I don't know how many they had there.
Only the one, right?
But those waters were pretty tough. I'll tell you, to get in there, pretty cold.
Sharks.
Among other.
I think the Sharks were a joke there. It's too cold.
No,
the water's too rough.
No,
the Sharks would get seasick. I went on that boat. I almost got a little queasy.
Second down and 11. So the 49ers tightening up their run defense. And Bledsoe with the short drop, and the pass is caught by Patrick Creighton. He'll be about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards shy of the first down, with Ahmed Plummer making the stop on Creighton. Under 5.5 minutes remaining, third quarter. Bill Parcells bringing his Cowboys out for a pair of Bay Area games. This week, of course, and next week against the Oakland Raiders. 3 out of their first 4 on the road, and then 6 of their next 9 at home. That's why he said these 2, starting with this one, are critical. Talk about critical. Third down with 5 minutes remaining. Cowboys trying to keep the momentum going, and they're running play to Julius Jones. Close to the first down. Derek Smith is there, and he appears to be short.
Derek Smith does a good job on this play. They've got everything play side blocked pretty well, but he's your backside backer. This is an area that Dallas has really struggled in, is getting to that second level. You see right there, Derek Smith with a good move to just swim Al Johnson, the center, who came out to block him. They actually did a nice job of getting to the second level, but they didn't do a good job of finishing that block.
Darryl, the Cowboys have outrushed the 49ers 93-73, and they're going to fake it and go for it on fourth down. And here comes the play.
I don't think they got it.
And they may not have gotten it. And this is a huge gamble, and the 49ers appear to have held. And they have. 4th down and 1. That's the kind of play that can change the whole complexion of a game, especially when the Cowboys, it was Creighton on the carry, when the Cowboys had momentum. So you kick, hold them again, but now the 49ers will get the ball in Dallas territory. The gamble backfires for the Dallas Cowboys. We'll be right back.
It's uncensored.
What a gentleman.
Unrated. Uncut.
My name is Ron.
Okay, we get it. You're a guy. It's the never-before-seen DVD. Family Guy presents Stewie Griffin, The Untold Story. Only on DVD Tuesday.
Let's see how the jacked-up right guard extreme power stripe works now that it's 25%.
Well, Dallas has got their punt team out there. They sneak up Patrick Creighton under center, but you see they're in 2-point stances. It's hard to generate any leverage. Keith Davis right there. He's got to seal the outside. He allows Keith Lewis to come in and just kind of grab a hold of Patrick Creighton and pull him backwards.
My fault is the utterance by Bill Parcells. I don't even know if I would have done that in the 4th quarter with 4:11 to go. Plenty of time to stop him on defense. This was the 3rd quarter. Here's Barlow over the middle, getting to the 25-yard line and picking up 9 yards with Scott Fujita making the tackle. Well, if you want to give the momentum back to the 49ers, that's the perfect situation to do. Dat Wynn is injured, slow getting up in the Dallas defense.
And the Dallas Cowboy offense was very methodical on their last drive. And I don't think there's a time to press right now. I think you line up, you punt the ball, you get back into your field position battle. It's a one-possession game, and the last thing you want to do is give a team that's trying to find some confidence here in the second half a short field.
Hard to do it against a team that could crumble at any time. In all due fairness to a club that's just trying to find themselves, you've stopped them twice, you've scored a touchdown, you're obviously playing, if you play it out, you're going to be in good shape, and all of a sudden, as Dat Wynn goes to the sidelines, 49ers catch a big break. So Dat Wynn right now not a very happy 30th birthday as he leaves the game shaken up. It'll be 2nd down and 1 at the 25. Scott Shanley, number 58, replaces Dat Wynn. And the end around to Arnaz Battle. 1st down. Battle to the 21. Hard charging Battle. He's done it all today. Gets 4 yards. Terrence Newman on the tackle.
He's done a little bit of everything, and Dallas had a blitz coming from the opposite side. Here they'll come right here. You're going to have 2 guys coming in. They see Arnaz Battle coming around. They're trying to catch up to him, but he's got a little bit of a head start on him. Get on the perimeter very quickly. And for Bill Parcells to have made that call on that fake punt, that to me says he's got confidence in his defense, that his defense can stop the 49ers and hold them to a field goal on a short field.
Dat Wynn is back in there. Here's Barlow trying to go outside, and he is dragged down by Dat Wynn, who came out for 1 play, returns, and gets Barlow for a 3-yard loss.
I think the big difference in Dat Wynn this year in this system, he's always put himself in position to make the plays, but sometimes he just hasn't finished the play. And this year, he's doing a much better job of making the tackle, finishing the play. He's getting himself to the point of the ball and getting the ball carrier down, the receiver down to the ground where, in the past, he's missed some tackles.
Trent Smith has come in the game, number 48. Rattay, meanwhile, has a pretty good string going, avoiding the interception here at home. 2nd down and 12. And here's Rattay going up the middle, and Arnaz Battle with the catch, fumble, picked up by the Cowboys, and it looks like they may have it back. They do. The Dallas Cowboys on the fumble by Arnaz Battle get the ball back. And the guy is really letting out the deep breath right now is Bill Parcells after that gamble, and it was Dat Wynn who made the fumble recovery.
Well, it's Brady James, I think, 56, who pulls it out. And it was, it's hard to see right at the end yet. No, it's actually number 50 coming in. Scott Fujita is the guy who gets it knocked out. And then it was kind of right behind the back of Arnaz Battle right there. Not a lot of people knew that there was a fumble on the play.
And Dat Wynn did recover it, but the initial hit, so the Cowboys get it back with 2:10 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 49ers leading 24-19. Ball on the Cowboys 19. Bledsoe, and the pass. Let's see if it was picked off. It was intended for Glenn, and Tony Parrish is there.
Wow, if this is an interception, what great presence on the sideline by Tony Parrish.
And it is an interception. by Tony Parrish. First one he ran in for a touchdown. This is his second of the game. Does he have both feet in, and does he have possession?
They're trying to get it on the back shoulder to Terry Glenn. Ahmed Plummer comes over to knock it away. Look at the presence by Tony Parrish. That is outstanding.
He drags his feet beautifully.
Oh, what a heady play. I mean, to know where you are on the field, you're right on the sideline. Concentrate, get the ball, check my feet, get them both in, secure the possession. That's an awesome play by Tony Parrish.
His second interception of the game. The first one he ran in for a touchdown. Here is Barlow breaking a couple of tackles. Kevin Barlow inside the 20. And Barlow is knocked down inside the 10 as a flag goes flying. Barlow finally tackled by Roy Williams. Picks up 27 yards pending the call.
Kevin Barlow, good patience, good vision, a play designed to go to the offensive left. He winds it all the way back to the right side for a big run.
Illegal block in the back, number 83 of the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty. It still will be first down.
Arnaz Battle with an illegal block. It'll be a first down, but they won't get it inside the 10.
Here's Arnaz Battle right here coming in from the left side. There's no reason for that. There's no need for that. Comes in and puts it right in the back at Terrence Newman. The play is virtually over. Your guy's going to get a couple more yards. You've got to be smart. Red zone penalties just absolutely disrupt all. We've talked about rhythm with this offense all afternoon, and you know they get the ball back with a great play by Tony Parrish. Their first play is a huge run that gets them down inside the 10, and boom, you get that red zone penalty.
Youthful exuberance.
Yeah, part of the learning curve for this group.
Frank Gore is the running back. Gore has averaged 5 yards a carry. Ball on the 17, first down. And Rattay going to the air if he can. Being chased way back by Leroy Glover, and this pass is tipped away. And a good play made by Anthony Henry. And a flag is down in the end zone. Let's see if there's a push-off one way or the other. Brandon Lloyd was the receiver.
Oh, this is going to be unbelievable on the 49ers, because this is just a throwaway by Tim Rattay. I was surprised he even put it that close to the defender.
He couldn't get it away that much, so he actually was heading into the end zone. You knew what he wanted to do with it, but he kept it in play.
Pass interference, number 85 offense. 10-yard penalty.
That hurts them.
Still first down.
Two huge mental mistakes by wide receivers for this 49er offense, back-to-back. You're talking about first and goal from the 7-8 yard line. Now you're staring at, you're out all the way to the 27-yard line. I mean, this is a throwaway. I mean, Tim Rattay's really just trying to get away. I don't agree with the call either. You know, they're jostling for position down there. You know what the play is. I don't, in the end zone on the outside, I like when the officials just let them play. It's got to be something pretty blatant. I didn't think that was.
Darrell, they were on the 7. Now they're on the 27-yard line. First down and 20. And Frank Gore up the middle, showing some of that acceleration. The umpire having to get out of the way in a hurry. And picking up 9 yards with Scott Shanley, and then Roy Williams from the secondary making the tackle. Dallas Cowboys with 3 turnovers today after committing only 1 in the first 2 games.
It's kind of everything that's gone one way for each of these teams the first 2 weeks has gone the other. Dallas 1 turnover their first 2 games, has 3 today. San Francisco struggles the first 2 weeks to convert on third down. They're going up and down the field.
That's the way the league goes, though. You know, you see 1 week, don't think it'll happen the next, because it won't. Second down and 11, and the swing pass to Gore. And Gore escapes a tackle by Anthony Henry, slows him up, and picks up 5 yards. We have 43 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Dick Stockton, along with Darrell Johnston, Tony Siragusa, our field analyst. And the Cowboys coming off a stunning loss, one that can really linger to Monday night to the Washington Redskins, looking to turn things around in a hurry against a 49er team that was shellacked in Philadelphia. And right now the 49ers have the lead 24-19. 3rd and 6. Pressure on Rattay, and the pass caught by Brandon Lloyd for the touchdown as he beat Anthony Henry. Lloyd's second touchdown catch today, a 13-yard grab. And what has been a crazy quilt last few minutes of this third quarter. gives the 49ers a 30-19 lead.
We'll go take a look on the outside. It's one-on-one. You're down in the red zone. Great timing by quarterback and wide receiver, thrown in the perfect position, but you got to go back and take a look at protection. Kevin Barlow coming in, getting the cut block on a defensive lineman who is coming free, Leroy Glover. You've got the blitz coming in. Your lineman has to go down and take the blitzer because he's coming right up the middle. That turns the running back onto the defensive lineman. Kevin Barlow gets him to the ground, gives Tim Rattay time to throw the touchdown.
And Joe Nittany with the extra point, and the 49ers lead it now 31-19. Career high for Lloyd, his second touchdown catch today. Well, tonight on Fox, catch all new episodes of King of the Hill, The Simpsons, The War at Home, Family Guy, American Dad. The funniest night on television kicks off at 7, 6 Central with a special episode of The Simpsons right here on Fox. Strange final minutes of the third quarter, Darryl. First, the Cowboys gamble instead of punting on 4th and 1. Don't get it. And then they get the ball back on a fumble. And then the interception is made. But you wonder if the Cowboys had just played a smooth game throughout, they might be better off where they are now since they were down by only 5.
Well, you saw Coach Parcells say that was my fault, and I agree with that. I don't think that was the time or the place for a fake punt. I don't think that they were in a position to do that. It's a one-possession game. Their offense has played well in the first drive. You punt the ball and force San Francisco to drive the length of the field. You don't give them a short field.
But they got the ball back.
Oh, yeah, but now it's a two-possession game.
So once again, 31-19. 12-point game. It was 24-12 at the half. Brandon Lloyd, by the way, 114 yards and 2 touchdowns today as Tyson Thompson returns the kick and gets hit hard by Maurice Hicks after a 21-yard return. The 49ers come out hitting today. Next week on Fox, the NFL Week 4, Rams and Giants. Rams victors over Tennessee today. The Buccaneers won as well. The Lions are in a bye week. The Eagles outlast the Oakland Raiders. They go against the Kansas City Chiefs, who haven't lost yet. So a lot of great action coming your way on an NFL on Fox doubleheader next Sunday. So Drew Bledsoe has thrown 2 interceptions in his last 12 passes after going 71 clean, trying to bring the Cowboys back again. And dropping the pass was Lusaka Polite, the fullback, who had no one near him.
You got to secure the ball first, and Lusaka Polite's a guy who's a role player here. He doesn't get a lot of snaps during the course of the game. You know, they kind of use their tight ends in the fullback position, and you got to make advantage of them. Don't give a coach Coach Parcells really jostles his personnel on game day with his inactives and who he's going to put on the field. Lusaka Polite, not active last week. You can't miss out on opportunities on game day.
Julius Jones, who has gained only 13 yards in the second half, averaging under 2 yards a carry. Not going to get it here as Bledsoe gets rushed. And downfield is Bledsoe, and here's Terry Glenn with the catch. Terry Glenn with a big play and out of bounds. Inside the 20-yard line as Parrish and Rumpf defending. Over 50 yards on the big play. The Cowboys trying to get back in.
You know, we have seen both of these quarterbacks extend the play. And not known as mobile quarterbacks, both making big plays downfield. This is a tremendous throw by Drew Bledsoe. I mean, he hits Terry Glenn in stride as he's moving to his left. He's a right-handed quarterback, so he's got to throw all the way across his body and hits him right in stride.
And Terry Glenn has the 2 biggest plays of the year for the Cowboys. The 70-yard touchdown catch against the Redskins last week. 58 yards here. And that will do it. That is the end of the third quarter. With the score, the 49ers 31, the Cowboys 19. Think TV. Each team getting a touchdown in the third quarter, 31-19. As we start the fourth, Dick, Darryl, and Tony with you. Ball on the 14-yard line. And here is Bledsoe with a lot of time. Keyshawn Johnson, and he gets knocked out of bounds at the 1-yard line. 13-yard pickup, 1st and goal. And Shawntae Spencer on another crunching hit.
You got to have respect for Keyshawn Johnson because he does a lot of the dirty work in the passing game. I mean, you hear about receivers in the NFL that don't like coming across the middle of the field, and he makes a living doing it. And Even when he's going out of bounds, he's taking big hits.
Keyshawn Johnson, 4 catches for 60 yards. And Drew Bledsoe, with career passing yards, has passed Joe Montana for 8th all-time. Marcus Spears, number 96, has come in as an eligible lineman, and they hand off to Julius Jones in for the touchdown. So Jones, going off of Marcus Spears' block, gets the score, a 1-yard run. His 2nd touchdown of the game to bring the Cowboys closer.
You get Marcus Spears, your big defensive lineman, put him at fullback, send him off to the right, and just get Julius Jones in behind him. Dan Campbell does a great job at the point of attack. He's able to come down and get a shoulder and then pop out and get another guy. Blocks 2 guys on the goal line. Really leaves nobody for Marcus Spears to clean up.
Jones with 83 yards rushing, and most of them by far in the first half. Jose Cortez trying to once again bring the Cowboys to within 5, and he does. So we're 9 seconds into the 4th quarter. Who expected a high-scoring game we have? And pretty interesting one at that. Niners lead.
Can inspiration replace the typical small car with something that lives a little larger? More space, more function, more sizzle. America's best small car alternative just got a little better. The Chrysler PT Cruiser.
Now during Employee Pricing Plus, get a 2005 PT Cruiser for just $12,663.
To thank everybody for making Pizza Hut Pan Pizza America's favorite pan pizza for a quarter of a century, we thought we'd put a quarter under everybody's pillow.
What are you doing?
And then we had a better idea.
Yeah, give them a pan pizza for a quarter. Just buy any large specialty pizza at menu price and you'll get a medium 1-topping original pan pizza for 25 cents. Golden, crunchy outside, soft and chewy inside, all for a quarter.
Next time I'll knock.
There's nothing else like it.
Look, anyone can try out, but not just anyone can make it.
Freeze, fans! Fair! You better get that label straight.
I don't tolerate imperfections.
Why'd you replace that, Beer Smith? Because Miller Lite has great taste. Yes, sir.
You see, with great taste comes great responsibility. Tell me those aren't socks and sandals, Klein. A beer with character deserves a man with character. We have to reflect that.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard. By Energizer, keep going. By Pizza Hut, home of America's favorite pan pizza. Gather round the good stuff. And by FedEx Express, international shipping made easy.
Little cable cars going halfway to the stars, and pretty interesting game here, and the sellout throng in San Francisco as the Cowboys once again find themselves trailing by 5 early in the 4th quarter. Jose Cortez will be kicking, and back to Maurice Hicks and Otis Amy for San Francisco. Hicks on the return. And brings it out close to the 30-yard line. 26-yard return. So Tim Rattay, who had a blazing week 1 as the 49ers beat the Rams 28-25. A week he'd like to forget, almost to the point where people saying, when is Alex Smith, their #1 pick, going to get in there, and has gone on big time now.
I know when Alex Smith can get in. When they're on the road. Start Tim at home and start Alex on the road.
It's good pitching rotation, I'd say. First down at the 30-yard line. And Rattay slings it out to Kevin Barlow. And once again, a missed tackle, and Barlow gets close to the first down. Anthony Henry missed the tackle. It would have been a short gain. Instead, Barlow gets about 7.
Well, that's one thing that the Cowboys really haven't been doing, is wrapping up and tackling. There's a lot of extra yardage there after they're hitting, and something that they're definitely going to be working on, Moose, this week in practice. I can tell you that.
Well, and you wonder how you accomplish that during the course of the practice week, because you don't want to be tackling people. That's one of the things that training camp is used for. But I agree, Tony. There's too many little 2-3 yards extra after the end of every play this afternoon for the 49ers.
So they're going to be having another training camp this week, because they'll be here in San Francisco, really in Oakland for the week. Second down. He'll be touching on that. 2nd and 7. 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 2
and 2. The pass thrown out of bounds, intended for Arnaz Battle. And it'll be 3rd and 2 coming up for Tim Rattay, who has completed 16 of 24, 218 yards, 3 touchdown passes, and no interceptions. A week ago, it was the other way around. No TDs and 3 picks.
Yeah, but he's been very patient this week. Good decisions. And the other thing that we didn't see last week is, a little bit of mobility from Tim. Extending the play a little bit and giving some guys some time down the field.
49ers, who have scored 31 points. That's the most they have scored in any game this year, calling a timeout, their first in the second half. And we'll take a break. Early here in the 4th, 49ers up by 5.
This is astounding. 7 medals in a row. What's his secret? What's he doing so differently?
Still going. Energizer. Keeps going and going and going and going.
What is the power of inspiration? Can a car be beautiful and help keep you safe? Yes. Can a 5-star crash test rating give you confidence? Yes. Can a 340 horsepower Hemi give you fuel efficiency without sacrificing power with advanced MDS technology? It just did. The 2006 Chrysler 300.
Low monthly payments now available to qualified lessees of 2006 Chrysler 300. See your local dealer today for details.
Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard.
The crew of Serenity's newest passenger just might be more than they can handle.
So where's it written we gotta lay down our lives for her?
You want to run this ship?
Yes.
Well, you can't.
Serenity, rated PG-13, starts Friday.
So, Mr. Lee wants to know, what is the problem with our international shipment?
It seems the factories in China are having trouble with the customs clearance.
Any ideas? Come on. Somebody throw up a Hail Mary pass.
A Hail Mary pass, huh? Is that really what we're doing here? Just use FedEx. They make international shipping easy.
FedEx, international shipping made easy.
31-26 the score, and right now I think that the Cowboys have survived that gamble by Bill Parcells. Now they're down by 5, but there's still plenty enough time to go in this game.
And I think one of the big things they did week 1 against San Diego was coming from behind. It's something that they hadn't been doing a good job of during Bill Parcells' tenure as head coach. And then last week, the debacle in Washington, you wonder what's going to happen. They got themselves behind the 8 ball again this afternoon, but they've dug themselves out of that hole. They've got it back to a 1-possession game again, and that's a big climb for this team.
3rd down and 3, and Rattay out of the shotgun. And his pass to Lloyd, who makes the catch. Brandon Lloyd with a big grab. Talk about receivers. The 49ers have gotten great mileage from Brandon Lloyd and Arnaz Battle. That good for 27 yards.
Boy, Anthony Henry is having a tough day. He's beat right at the line of scrimmage. He is immediately in a trail position. And boy, Brandon Lloyd has had an outstanding day. And most of these big catches have come against Anthony Henry. But right there, that happened on the release. He got on top of Anthony Henry. Now you're playing from the trail position. All Tim Rattay's got to do is get that ball out in front, and it's a completion.
Officially a 28-yard catch, and Lloyd with a career high now. Not only the 2 scores, 142 yards in the air. And a first down inside the 35, and Rattay has the pass tipped. Anyone's ball, and the Cowboys have intercepted it. Cowboys on the pick. Al Singleton. Jason Ferguson got a hand on it, and Al Singleton makes the interception, and the Cowboys get it back.
Steven!
I was just hungry.
Mother's dinner not good enough for you?
Sorry.
Oh, you're darn right you're sorry.
Everyone wants the new fresh toasted chicken Parmesan sandwich, zesty marinara, melted cheese, only at Subway restaurants.
I don't want to ever see us play the way we played last week.
No, sir.
Yes, Never. Sir. I didn't sleep good last week. You shouldn't have either. We're going to do a better job Friday night, okay? All right, let's go to work.
High school football is important because we're teaching boys to become men. Those men are going to be the husbands. They're the workers. They're the things that's what's going to drive America.
Come on, John.
State championships, state championships. What we looking for, state championships.
Back this way, come on. Back this way. One more time, ready. Come on, you got to better get out of there. You're going to get run over.
It's going to get tough, so you might as well learn that it's 4th down and inches all the time. It's 3 downs and plunk all in your life. You got to keep your head up because you never know when you're going to break.
We're not trying to wear you down. We're trying to get your legs ready for Friday night. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
We'll never see that again, right?
No, sir.
That's all I want to hear.
The man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't are both right. Which one are you, son? Which one are you?
It's uncensored, uncut.
Oh, God.
It's the never-before-seen DVD. Family Guy presents Stewie Griffin, The Untold Story. Only on DVD Tuesday.
Fox NFL Sundays, sponsored by NikeGridiron.com.
And the second turnover by the 49ers. Al Singleton on the deflection gives the ball back to the Cowboys. First down on the 31-yard line. Play action. And Bledsoe getting pressure. And his pass intended for Keyshawn Johnson incomplete. Good pressure by Obert.
We'll go back and look at that interception. It's Jason Ferguson who actually deflects the ball. But the funny thing is watch from behind. You'll see all the Dallas defenders know that it's tipped. And they're the only guys who can make the play on the ball. All the offensive linemen, they don't realize what's happening. They don't know what's up in the air and the ball is for grabs. The advantage right to the Dallas defenders. Al Singleton goes up and makes the catch.
Good timing by Singleton. Second down and 10 for Dallas. And the swing pass to Julius Jones. Trying to keep Ahmed Plummer at bay. Knocked out of bounds after getting 3 yards. So career interceptions for Tim Rattay, and unfortunately for him, he's thrown the most in the 4th quarter. 10 in his career. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for Dallas. Cowboys have led once today. Third down and 7 on the 34. And here's Bledsoe going underneath to Patrick Creighton, and he is stopped short of the first down as he has tackled big defensive play on the 40-yard line. And the Cowboys will have to kick.
Yeah, I don't think we got to worry about a fake punt right here. But we talked about missed tackles by the Cowboys secondary, enabling the 49ers to get some extra yards. But right there, Mike Adams comes up with a good hit on Patrick Creighton to prevent any opportunity of getting the first down.
So Matt McBriar will be kicking to Otis Amy, who this year has returned to punt 75 yards for a touchdown in the opening game against the Rams. Low snap from center and a low end-over-end kick.
Don't touch it, Jack.
And it will be going out of bounds at the 24. I said before that the Cowboys have led once. They really have not led at all. They were down 7-0. They got a touchdown, missed the extra point, and they still trail.
It didn't come gentle into the world. Blacked out. Born with 2 fists in the wind. The new 6-speed Dyna Street Bob motorcycle. Let there be dark. Ride one now at your Harley-Davidson dealer.
Get the movie that's fun for everyone.
Yeah! Na, 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 na.
Whoops, Robin Williams is back.
Stick with me, I know this town like the back of my hand. Hey, that's new.
Robots on DVD Tuesday.
I didn't know I could do that.
TV. Fox tomorrow.
The wing has been breached.
Don't miss the most explosive episode of this season.
Where's my daughter?
We have everything under control, Governor.
I hope you do.
Yes, man. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Prison Break, all new at 9/8 Central tomorrow on Fox. Viewer discretion advised. Fox tonight. An epidemic breaks out on a new Simpsons.
I'm so itchy. Oh, yeah.
Then it's a parent's worst nightmare.
Do you know if your sister is, active? She plays tennis sometimes.
On a new The War at Home. And get lost on a new Family Guy.
This is a wonderful place, and you're just using it to escape from your problems.
Meg's right there. Plus, a new American Dad goes geek.
Good God, who's manning the internet?
It all starts at 7/6 Central with a bonus Simpsons and King of the Hill tonight on Fox.
49ers defense last overall in the NFL, holding the Cowboys to 3 and out, and they're faithful, very hopeful here as the Niners take over on the 23-yard line. Just under 12 minutes remaining. Time of possession, big improvement today from what it has been for San Francisco. 1st and 10. Frank Gore is the back, and he gets the call, has an opening off the left side, and Gore carries it out past the 30-yard line, a gain of 8 yards, with Roy Williams and DeMarcus Ware up front with the tackle.
The San Francisco 49er offense is, we've talked about Dallas being balanced and kind of varying their tack, mixing in the run and the pass really well. But yeah, San Francisco, especially having seen them last week and seeing the rhythm that they've been established today, and the change up with Kevin Barlow and Frank Gore and Brandon Lloyd just stepping up and having a huge day today.
49ers have rushed for 119 yards. They hadn't rushed at all, and here they get a first down as Gore carries again. Another 5-yard pickup for the rookie from Miami, Marcus Spears, the rookie defensive end, making the tackle.
That may be the most surprising statistic of the afternoon right now, because you talk about a defense that has faced LaDainian Tomlinson, Clinton Portis, and has really done a good job in both of those games of shutting down high-profile running backs around the NFL. This is a team, the 49ers, that have really struggled to run the ball, and to be over almost to 120 yards. That's probably the biggest surprise of the afternoon right now.
Yeah, their offensive line has done an unbelievable job, Moose. I wanted to comment on them a couple minutes ago, but they're really getting the job done. And they haven't been doing a lot of max protection where you would think that they would be doing that. They're just man on man. They've been doing an excellent job down here from the field.
And they're banged up. There's a flag down as Gore carried again, but there's a penalty marker.
62 offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
And Jeremy Newberry, Tony, you talk about the guys up front, didn't practice all week with a sore knee. He has really been a warrior for this team. He's going to probably need surgery after the year. Jonas Jennings, of course, had the bruised larynx last week, as we look at Newberry, and the sore knee as well, and Justice Smiley. So this is a banged-up line. And very nearly they had to do a patchwork job if Newberry couldn't go today.
It always takes time for an offensive line to go and get some rhythm going. And, Mike came in here and did a good job. Everybody thought he was going to be defensively, but offensively, you need to go and play together. And he mentioned that in a meeting. These guys just have to go and play together. And obviously, after 3 games, we're seeing a big difference from the first game.
1st and 20, and the pass underneath to Johnny Morton is a catch, picking up 5 yards on the play. And the other interesting feature, we have seen Barlow and Gore do a pretty good job today, Darryl, but Fred Beasley, who had been a fixture at fullback here, seems to be a forgotten man now, and Chris Hetherington getting a much more of a play at fullback.
Yeah, unfortunately, Fred Beasley has gotten himself in the doghouse with the 49ers, and we've talked about this being a transition and moving in a new direction. The one thing you don't want to be absent from a lot of the offseason program when you've got a new staff coming in, and he also had a run in during the course of preseason, so he's got a big hole to dig himself out of.
Rattay on 2nd down and long, tries to get it to Barlow. So now it'll be 3rd down and 15. Greg Ellis putting the pressure on.
Greg Ellis is one of the guys that you kind of wondered how he was going to fit into the 3-4 scheme, but he's such a good guy, and really all he wants to do is get out on the field on Sundays and perform. And I don't buy into the theory that certain guys don't fit into a system because of their size or their weight. Some guys are just good football players, and I think that's Greg Ellis.
And with the release of Marcellus Wiley, Ellis moved back to right defensive end, where he started his first 2 years back in 98-99. 3rd down and 15 on the 31-yard line for the 49ers. And movement, and it looked like number 75, Jonas Jennings, the left tackle, maybe guilty of a false start. 49ers pointing that It might have been offsides or encroachment.
Neutral zone infraction. 94 defense. Jumped into the neutral zone. Caused the offensive tackle to Paul Stewart. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
It's hard for those guys on the outside. You get a little flinch like that, you're going to go back. So I agree with that rule being put in. I don't know how you expect a guy that's in a passing situation on the outside with a guy with the speed of DeMarcus Ware coming off the corner to not react to that little flinch.
If you don't react, he'll be gone.
Exactly.
And your quarterback will be down. So it's 3rd down and 10 following the 5-yard penalty.
Timber Tail, if he moves, just go, and just put it in the referee's hand. Don't wait to see if he's coming or not.
3rd and 10, the ball at the 36 for the 49ers. They have responded in kind for a team that is just rebuilding and leading the Cowboys throughout today. This is a big play. And Rattay goes down, trying to move out of the pocket, but is stopped at the 35, and Greg Ellis got finished talking about what he has meant, a 1-yard loss, and 4th down coming up. How about the 49ers defense today? We saw Dallas on the last play, but they play pretty well.
They really have, and Tony talked about it at the beginning of the game. The fact that this team was ready to maybe have a breakout game because of the 3 weeks that they've had to spend in Mike Nolan's system.
And the fair catch called for by Patrick Creighton, and it is down at the 26-yard line with just under 9 minutes remaining. A 40-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over. Dallas looking for their first lead of the game. Rattay hit Arnaz Battle. The first quarter ended up 7-0. Bledsoe with a 6-yard run. It was 7-6 on the missed extra point. And then it got up to 21-6 before Bledsoe hit Jason Witten in the second quarter with a touchdown pass. They went for 2, wasn't good. It's been 12 down to 5, 12, now again to 5. And here we are in the 4th. Bledsoe on 1st down. And Bledsoe waiting and gets hit from behind as he unleashes the pass. It's incomplete. Brian Young got him from behind. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 26.
Well, they brought the pressure that time, and Dallas had the right play call because it's only a 2-man route, so they've got the protection, but you've got 2 receivers downfield against 4 defenders on that side of the field, and to add a little bit to that, they're both in the same area. So Drew Bledsoe, he held it as long as he could, just got it out of there before he got popped.
There are the numbers. He's been hit 7 times, has thrown 2 interceptions. Far cry from last December when Bledsoe came in with the Buffalo Bills and led a 41-7 victory over the 49ers. Now quarterbacking the Cowboys and looking at 2nd and 10. Short drop and the pass thrown behind Keyshawn Johnson. And Ahmed Plummer was right there. And fortunate the Cowboys are that there wasn't an interception.
Yeah, I just, that looks a lot like the play they ran at the end of the game in that 4th down situation on Monday night. You come up stutter, you're going across. Ahmed Plummer doesn't buy anything. Great play on the ball right there, coming across. Doesn't come through the back of the wide receiver. Doesn't hook him and pull him. He makes a play on the ball, eliminates any possibility for a pass interference.
Last time the 49ers took out the Cowboys in 3 and out, and now it is 3rd and 10. And Bledsoe can't find a receiver, and down he goes. Brandon Moore with a big sack and a loss of 7 yards, bringing up 4th down. And once again, the 49ers defense, we just showed you the montage of them, come up big here.
Well, you're going to go and see why there was so much time on that play for Brandon Moore to get to the quarterback, the coverage on the wide receivers on the outside. There's nowhere for Drew Bledsoe to go with the football, and that allows Brandon Moore to get to the quarterback.
Matt McBriar with the 4th down kick. Otis Amy at the 30-yard line. And taken down at the 39 by Scott Shanley. 52-yard punt. Let's give you by the numbers to show you where these teams are right now in a 31-26 game at 8:16 remaining. Rushing yards, a big day for the 49ers.
That's a surprising one right there.
Passing yards, prolific.
Well, it is at home. Marte is the quarterback. 4 for 1, 5 for 1. They got a sale on first downs. You know, whatever you want to pay. I'm going to go over to 5 for 1.
So first down at the 39, and here is Barlow trying to cut up field, and Barlow does a pretty good job of it, getting about 8 yards on first down. Roy Williams on the stop. Right now, Mike McCarthy, even though it's a 5-point game, Cowboys need a touchdown for the first time this year, has the opponent where he wants them, and he can run the ball, which he has done successfully from the lead.
Well, you talked about the last 2 series going 3 and out. They really established field position over those 2 exchanges of possession. And, you know, we'll give some credit to Otis Amy. A nice job on the punt return, getting him up there. But Mike McCarthy, you know, we talked to him last week. There's things that he wants to do with this offense, and you've wondered if they were really going to be able to do it. He's got to be happy with their performance today.
There's Barlow trying to bounce outside and can't. His 12th carry of the game. He's rushed for 65 yards. That time, Chris Canty, the rookie from University of Virginia, and Roy Williams combined on the play. The clock runs. It'll be 3rd and 2.
This guy, he's a few cards short of a full deck. He times his blitzes extremely well. You see that? But you know, the one thing, he's too big. He's too physical. Don't go for the big hit. You know, get in there, wrap him up. And, you know, Kevin Barlow's, he's got vision, he's got balance too. You come up and just try and take a shot at him, he's going to spin out on you.
You're not going to say the elevator doesn't go all the way up next, are you? Here is the end around to Arnaz Battle getting ground, and Arnaz Battle is going to be taken down. Big loss on the play. Terrence Newman and Leroy Glover -8. And you wouldn't know when looking at a 31-26 game that the defenses are taking charge here in the 4th quarter.
They've really stepped up their play right now. They're going to try and get the reverse to Arnaz Battle, going back the other way. Now, when they played St. Louis, they had some gadget plays in their game plan. Last week on the road against Philadelphia, they didn't really go to him. So Dallas is prepared for those types of things. They have centered around Arnaz Battle. So you weren't going to fool a Bill Parcells coach team doing the same thing.
Creighton is back. Lee will kick. And it takes a 49er bounce, and it's picked up by Patrick Creighton. And Creighton was tackled at the 24-yard line, and so the defenses have been firm. Tony.
Just from down here watching the offensive line of the Dallas Cowboys on this past play, they had a little bit of a problem there going and trying to identifying the Mike linebacker in the middle of the field, and they missed the slide, and that's where the linebacker right there, number 56, comes in and gets the pressure. That was all in the doing of the movement of the linebackers and the defensive linemen for the San Francisco 49ers.
Well, you said at the very beginning you got to identify the Mike or middle linebacker as he's known. There's the story. Julian Peterson, hamstring pull, is out of the game. That's a big loss defensively for the 49ers. First down, and Julius Jones gets tripped up, picks up a couple with Bryant Young making the tackle with under 6 minutes.
That's a big loss for the 49ers, but I think that's why we're seeing Brandon Moore in there, and he's done a good job of filling in. He's making some plays. He was the guy who got the sack on Bledsoe or the pressure on Bledsoe on that play that Tony was talking about.
So there's Julian Peterson, who guaranteed a victory today, and right now it's holding up. 2nd down and 8 on the 26 of the Cowboys. Plenty of time for Bledsoe, and has to go underneath, and he does to Julius Jones, who is tackled at the 30 by Jamie Winborn. So the 49ers secondary doing a good job of protecting the deep ball.
Well, really the whole defense, you know, it's been a change-up. They have not let the Cowboy offense get into a rhythm of knowing what they're going to do, you know, what to expect. They've done a good job of mixing up, you know, bringing some pressure and moving around and being fluid like Tony talked about, but then also rushing 4, rushing 3, dropping 7 or 8 back in coverage to really clog those throwing lanes.
Pick up a 5, leaving 3rd and 3. Short drop up the middle and caught by Terry Glenn. First down for the Cowboys. He gets 6 yards there as we get close to 4.5 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Mike Adams Nickel back for the 49ers, making the tackle.
That's a big conversion right there for the Dallas Cowboy offense. Back-to-back possessions, 3 and out. They're looking at the possibility of another one. And, you know, 4.5 minutes at that time, San Francisco looking for a big victory today. You're going to lose quite a bit of time on the clock.
Bledsoe over 300 yards. They have a bunch with 3 wide receivers lined up to the right on first down. And Bledsoe going to Creighton, makes the catch and dives forward to the 41-yard line. Winborn grabbed a hold of him and the pickup of 4.
Some more of that real sure tackling on the outside. This time it's Jamie Winborn. We've seen it from the linebackers, from the secondary. The Dallas receivers, when they're making catches, aren't getting a lot of yards after the catch.
And Jason Witten not getting a lot of balls in the second half. He's been shut out after a sensational first half where he had 6 catches and a touchdown. Maybe they'll find Witten, but maybe the 49ers have found him as well. Second down and 6 with 3.5 minutes on the clock. Cowboys need a touchdown. Field goal won't do him any good. And the pass up the middle. And the pass is caught by Terry Glenn. And Glenn is down at the 15-yard line. Another big play to Glenn, this time for 44 yards. Mike Rumph makes the tackle. And he has been the big man on the big play today for the Cowboys.
These guys are in a rhythm right now. Drew Bledsoe and Terry Glenn. I mean, he's got Jason Witten right over top of him, but there's a little bit of that aggressive nature of Drew Bledsoe. I'm going to take the 12. He's right there in front of me, but I think my man 83 is getting over the top. I'm going deep.
Caught 5 passes for 137 yards today. First down on the 15. Julius Jones. And a couple on first down. Brian Young making the tackle, and now the clock becoming a factor here, and the Cowboys needing a touchdown to take the lead.
Well, we've referenced that first game against San Francisco and St. Louis, and you looked at it, and statistically you tried to figure out how St. Louis lost it. It was in this area of the field right here. Red zone defense by the 49ers that day was the difference in that game. So they've done this very well. Dallas has also been very effective in the red zone this afternoon, so it's which side is going to give with everything on the line.
Cowboys have all 3 timeouts remaining. Second down and 9. Bledsoe drills it, and the pass intended for Witten, the tight end, and there were 3 49ers in the neighborhood, and Jamie Winborn got a piece of it, so they knew that Witten was going to be a man to look for.
Well, that one right there.
And a 2-minute warning.
We're going to come back and show you something. Drew Bledsoe had a touchdown run earlier. I don't know if he would have gotten in, but I think he would have gotten close.
Inside the 5 to keep the possession.
They absolutely do, and we just talked about a second ago, the red zone defense of the San Francisco 49ers. It's all going to come down to something they did real well in week 1. Dallas has been effective offensively in this area today. It's coming down to these next 2 plays.
Third down and 9. Keyshawn Johnson going in, touchdown! Very tough play at the corner of the end zone, and Drew Bledsoe, elated, connects with Keyshawn Johnson with a 14-yard touchdown play, and the Cowboys have taken a 32-31 lead. They are going to go for 2. Here it is.
Keyshawn Johnson and Terry Glenn have just absolutely stepped up in this second half and made great plays. Keyshawn has been huge coming across the middle, finally pays off, gets a touchdown catch on the outside, set up earlier in the drive by that big pass down the field to Terry Glenn.
If they make the 2-point conversion, the 49ers need a field goal to tie. If they don't, a field goal would win it for the 49ers with 1:51 on the clock. So here it comes. Bledsoe fires. Johnson, I believe he has it. He does. 2-point conversion from Bledsoe to Keyshawn. They must own that corner of the end zone, Darrell, and it's 34-31, Dallas leading for the first time today.
This is such a huge step for Dallas right now offensively. They've come back in this second half. They finally take the lead. With 1 minute and 51 seconds, they take their first lead of the game. You go back to what they did in San Diego. They came back a couple of times in the second half there. That is a huge stepping stone for this offense, this team. Now we get to see about San Francisco. We've talked about Mike Nolan coming in, his players buying into their philosophy, what they're trying to do. They have played outstanding all day today. It's all going to come down to the last 1 minute and 51 seconds and an offense that has played really, really well today. We'll see if they got one more drive left in them.
Third touchdown catch by Keyshawn Johnson this year.
And I actually don't like that type of play. I mean, Ahmed Plummer's got his back turned to the quarterback, and Drew Bledsoe's able to fit it into a very tight area. But when you do that, you're forcing yourself to go to half the field, to a third of the field. That's a huge gamble. That's all or nothing.
49ers have 2 timeouts remaining. There is the scoring drive. 8 plays, 76 yards. Bledsoe to Johnson for the 6, and then to Keyshawn for the 2. And it's 34-31 in a wild, high-scoring affair. And once again, the 49ers, you mentioned the red zone defense, almost cost them against the Rams in week 1, and may cost them today.
Well, Dallas, I mean, that's the reason they lost to the Redskins on Monday night. I know a lot of people will
October of 2002. So now a 49er field goal would only tie this game. 1:51 remaining. 49ers have 2 timeouts remaining. Cortez will kick off. At one point, San Francisco was up 21-6, 24-12, and 31-19. Otis Amy returning for the 49ers, and he gets hit. And a good special teams play by Keith Davis. 9-yard return. Minute 48 on the clock, but the way Tim Rattay has gone today, he has thrown for 250 yards and 3 touchdowns with 1 interception. And we'll start from the 23.
This is the part of the game that Dallas couldn't hold on to Monday night. We'll see if they've made any adjustments, doing anything different from a schematic standpoint to seal this game.
Willie Pyle, number 20, is in at free safety for Keith Davis. Can the 49ers get in position for a field goal, and can the Cowboys stop them? And we have the play blown dead. Flag is down.
False start. 66 offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Eric Heitman, the right guard, and that is not the way you want to start a critical drive. First down and 15. 49ers have been penalized 8 times for a total of 67 yards today. And there is Keith Davis watching from the sidelines, as we pointed out. First down and 15. The pass completed to Johnny Morton. May have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Scott Shanley defending. Tough second half of offense for the 49ers. It'll be 2nd down and 11 going out to the flat. And Trent Smith with the catch. And the tackle is made by Aaron Glenn. So here are the second half possessions, not producing much at all for the 49ers.
No, they kind of got out of that rhythm that they had in the first half, and it's just strange. You know, it kind of came out of nowhere to start the game. They fell into that rhythm, played as well as they have all season offensively, and then they come out in the second half and kind of back to the way they played the first 2 weeks, and they've still got one more shot. Everything's coming down to this last drive.
3rd down and 11 on the 22-yard line. 4 wide receivers, 3 lined up to the left for Tim Rattay. And Rattay goes up and completes the pass to Arnaz Battle on a first down. 15-yard pickup and a hurry-up going on for the 49ers as we get close to a minute remaining. They still have 2 timeouts. Now the 3 wide receivers are lined up to the right. First down. And Rattay's pass. And that was intended for Arnaz Battle, and Roy Williams in the neighborhood got a piece of it, and Battle comes up limping.
That was the first time I've seen Roy Williams actually go for the ball instead of the man, Moose.
Well, you got to try that play at least once. I mean, you watch the film of the Redskin game all week long, and you're in the same situation that they were in. They hit a play like that twice for touchdowns. So you've got to at least give a shot. And what they're trying to do is get somebody right down that seam right there. They've got Dat Wynn trailing Arnaz Battle, but it's Roy Williams that comes in and gives him a hit right at the end of the play.
So Otis Amy is in there with Johnny Morton and Brandon Lloyd. It'll be 2nd down and 10 with exactly a minute remaining. And here's the pass. Took away and it's intercepted. The interception by that win. And the Dallas Cowboys with a big pick. That's the third turnover of the game for the 49ers. Cortez looking at his former fans here in San Francisco, and that may do it for the 49ers.
Yeah, that's going to do it right there. Terrence Newman, great physical play at the line of scrimmage against Otis Amy. He's got that 5-yard area to work in. It's very tough. He doesn't let him release to the inside, gets a deflection. Dat Win intercepts the ball. And then what I like about it, he could have taken it down the sideline, maybe scored a touchdown. But he knows that something bad could happen there. The ball could come out. Just get to the ground, get your offense out on the field, let him take a knee, get out of here with a very, very hard-fought 34-31 victory.
Just want to close up and not risk anything. So Dat Win with a big game today, a fumble recovery and an interception. Under a minute remaining, and the Cowboys, nothing fancy here. Julius Jones rushing. And the 49ers will use one of their 2 timeouts right now. Let's take a look at the fourth quarter for Dallas. Julius Jones going in for a 1-yard run.
Keyshawn Johnson, a touchdown catch there, but they've got to come back and get the 2-point play to make it a 3-point game, knowing that San Francisco is going to have one more opportunity to go down and try and tie that game up.
And then with the interception, timeout is called by the 49ers. And San Francisco has 1 timeout remaining. 34-31.
Well, you go back to the San Diego game, and Dallas was able to come back against a very good team here, but this was a very inspired performance by the 49ers. It was a tough situation for Dallas to be in. They responded very well. I think Coach Parcells has to be very happy how his team came back from that crushing defeat Monday night.
Today's game being produced by Bob Stenner and directed by Sandy Eagle and production crew. Job well done and an entertaining game to say the least, as the Dallas Cowboys, who were trailing twice by 12 points in the second half, Darryl, came back. Both teams showed a pretty good defense in the fourth quarter, and Dallas rallies to survive.
Well, I think there's great things to be taken out of this game for both teams. Obviously Coach Parcells, I think that they're kind of ahead of the curve right now. This is his 3rd season with this group. He's got them headed in the right direction. Mike Nolan in his first year, I think maybe he learned more about his team today than he could have imagined, because I really thought with the loss Monday night, this was going to be a game that San Francisco is really going to have their hands full. Dallas is going to be very focused. They came out and played extremely well today.
They did. It lingered for a while. The Cowboys trailed for 58 of the 60 minutes, but they win to go 2-1 on the year, 34-31, and remain on the West Coast to play the Raiders. The 49ers drop to 1-2. They will play in Mexico City next week against the Arizona Cardinals. And tell you what, they did not play like a 2-14 team. And right now we understand there are 3 seconds left on the clock, despite the fact that a final went up. 3 seconds remain.
Oh, you know what that is? You're gonna call a timeout on me and stop it when you know it's over. Then I'm gonna take a shot at the end zone.
Well, Terry Glenn, with a huge game, made 2 great catches, and the Cowboys win it by a score of 34-31. Darryl, Tony, and I will be back to San Francisco after these messages.
Okay, shave early